Good evening, everybody. This is Unhitched with Bill and
Willie. I'm sorry, I was finishing my Romeo's pizza there, guys.
Man.
That's good stuff.
What'd you get to eat tonight?
Well, what do I always get? Cauliflower crust pizza, meat lovers, no sauce, hot honey drizzled on it.
Do you ever order anything else?
Why?
It's the same thing every time we go there.
It's perfection.
You got to try something new one of these days.
Guys, go down to Romeo's Pizza and get you the pizza.
That's true.
It is absolutely delicious. See Eric and the guys down there, they'll take care of you.
Yeah, do a great job.
Do they?
Hey, tonight, we've got a special guest with us here tonight.
We do.
Yes, we sure do. And boy, have we all been looking forward to this. And notice, I'm in between you two guys.
Well, you know, he is my second favorite judge.
We have Lawrence County's very own judge, Mr. Andy Ballard, guys. Woo!
Thank you, guys.
We're not worthy.
Yeah.
Andy, man, we're glad to have you, brother.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm happy to be here. And for those out there in Facebook Live land, you would not believe this production set.
It's cool, isn't it?
I had no idea it was this big.
I mean,
It's massive.
It is massive.
Absolutely
Absolutely
massive.
huge.
And the
There,
sound.
there are 16 people on this production crew that are just on the backside of this camera, all in this one area. I mean, this is a lot bigger than what it looks like on screen.
We've worked really hard for this. I mean, we've got a lot of, the team itself, the hours that they put in. And
I can tell, especially on the carpentry.
Yes, yes.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome. So not only is he my third favorite mayor, he's now my fourth favorite carpenter.
There you go.
Man, you're moving up or
Listen.
down or which?
Can we just get into that right now?
Can we
Multi-talented
just get
genius.
into that right now?
Go ahead, guys.
I just
I'm gonna let you two talk. So.
Second favorite. You broke my heart.
Well,
Broke my heart. I think my mama would have said, instead of saying the second favorite, maybe you just don't say anything.
I'm just curious who the first is. I'm curious
That's
who
what
your
I'm
first.
thinking.
I want to hear all this. So let's just throw it out there. So who's your first favorite judge, Willie?
you're going to put me on the spot.
Yeah.
I think I deserve it.
The one and only because I paid, Derek Fisher.
Fish.
Fish. I got to turn the, hey.
Turn it off. You're being loud.
So
over here.
here's the thing. I've been friends with Fish for many, many years. Fish is a really good dude. And if I got to be second to anybody, I guess there's people that could be worse. So it's not too bad. I will be honest, though, you really weren't my third favorite mayor. I was just hurt.
You're
You shouldn't
my
be hurt.
favorite. You're my
The only reason I said Derek's my first favorite
I don't
is
have
because
to
I
pay
paid.
nobody.
Yeah, and but see, you got the right not to say it when you pay somebody. You got to
Right.
say it when they pay you. So you got this backwards.
Oh, man,
Has he
yeah.
paid you anything?
Hey, I never said I was a good mayor.
Okay, all right.
That's a fact.
Tell me about it. Mayor for now is my Twitter handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed that the other day. but
TikTok, not Twitter.
But
Twitter.
I hold a lot of personal animosity and resentment to you right now, Willie. But even setting that aside, I will have to say, being on this end of the county, being an elected official, and looking and see people do a really good job. I love how involved you are in the community. And he deserves it because you two. I'll turn this into an interview for you guys right now. I'll just take over.
No.
The community aspect that the two of you bring, we spend all day looking at, bad issues coming in the court. Don't flip on social media if you don't want to see bad stuff on there and people. The saving grace of all that is turning all that stuff off and walking out of the courtroom or walking out of the environments where you expect animosity and stuff like that, and walking into community events. Walk into Proctorville when you go down there and have the street fest. Come out and see you and Mayor Elliott on the street for that parade, and when you're there emceeing. These things are fantastic because that's how we can only defeat all of this separation by coming together. I mean, that's the only way. That's the antithesis of separation is togetherness.
You got to use smaller words.
I'm sorry. The togetherness, though, is what you guys are doing every day, and you're staying in your community, and that's what's important because. I heard you got, let's say a show a couple weeks ago, and you were talking about Little League. I think talking about Ricky Shipko was coming on, and and I was involved in Little League for a year. I still am involved actively on the district board. Yep. I'm one of the associate district administrators for District 11. I came right behind you. Yep. You were with Gary Soward's group, right?
Sure was.
Little League.
And then Chicago Cubs. Baby.
Yeah, and then Charlie Rhodes came in and kept kept moving things forward after Gary left, and then Mark Hayes came in after that. I believe I came to the board Mark Hayes' first year and stayed down there many years and did all that. And now that I'm on this district board, and we kind of divide up all the leagues across, Lawrence County and most of Scioto County, and we have South Gallia also in the league in Gallia County. But each of those leagues focuses on their community, and that's what's so important about trying to keep all these leagues alive, because you lose a sense of community if you have to combine all those leagues.
Right.
I don't need Bill and Willie going out and doing all this stuff in Chesapeake. I need Bill and Willie of Chesapeake to go do that stuff, and the Bill and Willie of Ironton and things like that. You guys are staying here and doing it and trying to make this community better. And that needs to be infectious. And there are so many groups out there that are already doing it, but that's what we need to acknowledge and praise about what you guys are doing in the community and how important it is for you to bring the community together and make this place a little better.
Well, thank you, man.
Yeah, that's awesome. And
means a lot.
But that's what I've seen with, that presence that you've got in Athalia now, and this is, I always said this too, I do things different than my predecessors. That's not a knock on my predecessor. We're just different people and we do things differently. I like what's being done now on certain things, and that's not a knock on anybody that came before them, but I think you ought to acknowledge that people were watching and people are appreciative, and thank you guys.
Well, I mean, I'll say this for myself. I mean, anytime we hear, he feels the same way. I know he does. There's a need somewhere. Mm-hmm. I mean, be it somebody sick, there's a death in the family, we've these past 2 years we've hit
2 kids.
Yeah, we've had everything thrown at us the past 2 years, and we just feel like we need to help in some way, shape, or form.
If you're doing it, and pay it forward, and hopefully, and that's why I told my kids one time when they were talking about after you spend all those nights down at the Little League, and you're down there till midnight when you're hosting an all-star tournament, and you're dragging the field.
Yep.
And you're lucky if you got one person there with you, because everybody's got stuff to do. But you come home at midnight and you are covered in dirt, and you have 3 inches of dried sweat on you because you're baked in that box doing pitch count all night. And my oldest son was like, "Why do you do this?" And I'm like, "Because I need you to do it for my grandkids."
Yes.
It's by example. Someone did it for me when I was a kid, and my whole thing about it was just whether it's buddy basketball when we're involved with that leaguers, but when a kid walks out on a baseball field on a Saturday morning at Fairland, I want them to have the same feeling as a guy walking out in Cincinnati on Great American Ballpark. I want that field to be that amazing for them.
I get it.
And kids, especially now in the days of social media, they grow up so fast, and there's so much crap out there in the world that you got to deal with.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
To let them just be young for a little bit longer and look back and go, "My God, I had a great time playing Little League."
Yep.
And then that gets you on the board when you're an adult,
Mm-hmm.
and you go work for your kids to do it.
Yep.
And and I want to sit in a bag chair, fat and old, watching my grandkids play ball and let somebody else drag the field when I'm done. That's why I did it now.
Yeah. How many years total did you have coaching, or do you have coaching?
Man, I don't know. I was thinking about that the other day. The years have already got. Now I know I'm in this. I'm finishing 9 years. In December 28th, I'll hit my 10th year anniversary as common pleas judge in this county, and it's went by like that.
Yeah.
And honestly, as I sit here today in March of 2026, I can't tell you if I was down there doing this before I was judge or after. I think it was a year before.
Okay.
I think I started out down there coaching my junior Masons minor league baseball team. I think that was my first role, and that's how you get suckered in. You go down and you coach your kid, and then you're down there all the time, and they're like, "Hey, like to join the board? You're down here anyways." And then you join the board, and then instead of just coaching that team, you're okay. The concession people need help, or we're going to spread brick dust Saturday morning. All those things, and you go do it. Your
That's
job
how I
description.
became mayor. I showed up at the wrong meeting.
It's that easy, isn't it?
Yeah. Easy.
I remember the basketball, girls basketball. I coached in the girls league at Fairland. I think I had 22 or 23 years in total. Mm-hmm. I have 25 years in youth basketball. And let me just tell you, I have kids now that are adults with kids, and I just think, man, I'm old. So it's kind of like a
Speaking of
slap
that,
in the face.
shout out to my wife, my
There you
lovely
go.
wife, Deanna.
Yeah.
She got her AARP packet the other day.
Heck yeah.
So congratulations,
Yeah,
Deanna.
there you
She
go.
turns 50 later
Woo.
this month. She's going to kill me for saying this, but I am so stoked because we get hotel discounts.
That's great. I've got
Now-
3 years to go before I can do it.
I got mine in September.
I get mine in December, so I got from now until
But, you know,
until
two-
December to get my
a week
Wi-Fi
or
done.
so ago after church is the best thing. So we go to Captain D's, we order a whitefish, and they said $13.40. I don't what? Senior citizen discount.
Oh, look at that! So I got
It was-
something to live for.
You
is
know,
what
you've
saying.
really, that's like a mark in life when you get that senior citizen discount.
Yes.
You were so happy, wasn't you?
When you get that $8 whitefish, man,
Yes.
it is worth it.
Somebody
You
told
go.
me today, he said, I remember wanting to be 16, I remember wanting to be 18, I remember wanting to be 21, and then after that I just wanted my golden Buckeye card
Yes.
for Ohio.
I tell you, are you a golfer?
Yeah, that started again. Yeah.
I look forward to hitting off the gold tee.
Yeah,
Yeah. Help me
Now
along.
I play sometimes with my stepfather and his friend, and
Yes.
they both play gold tees, so I
Yeah.
play gold tees just to speed the process
there you
up.
go. Yeah.
I look like Tiger Woods when I hit the ball for gold tees. Yeah,
Wish
it's
I
the
could do
greatest
that.
thing.
Yeah.
Now, by the time I'm allowed to play the gold tees, I doubt I hit the ball that well anymore. But there's like 2 drives.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the bad part is you hit it further right when you slice. Like
This is true.
yeah,
Yeah,
like,
this is true. I
You're
can see
further
that-
down the
I can see
fairway,
that
so
be a
it brings
problem.
in a whole lot more trouble.
That changes it all. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
But so with taking that, like kind of sense of commitment, talking about why I appreciate you guys so much and what you do, and then our tie-in together, like volunteering down with
Yes.
youth sports and all that. That's been a big component of what I've tried to do on the bench the whole time too. So we run through the common police court. Every defendant that comes in front of me who gets a sentence for probation, unless there's a health issue or something wrong. But most of the individuals we're talking about are community members that are not bad people. They've just had some bad circumstances, maybe of their choosing, maybe not out of always in their control.
Right.
Everybody's got their own individual story, but they're not bad people. And so I've always looked at it as a benefit of, okay, you're getting a break right now. The state of Ohio who's prosecuting you is saying they're okay with probation. I'm okay with probation. This is not a violent offense. This is a low-level offense. I want you working on yourself. But you owe all of us. You owe this community for the time and expense that you've put everybody through in this process, and you're going to give that back to us with 200 hours community service. And then to sweeten the deal for them, I'll have big projects throughout the year. When I first started, I go, we go to all the Little Leagues and still do. And, for the Lawrence County Little Leagues, if anybody are new on those boards that haven't heard me say it at a district board meeting, huge projects in the spring. You got to get fields ready and start that.
Yep.
If they want to run Saturday work crews, I will give the guys double hours and say, go down there, and you may have 20 to 30 individuals show up that run weed eaters, paint dugouts. We built the bleachers out at Sims Valley. We do it, and that's what they're here for, man. Get Uzi, and the therapeutic benefit for them too, to go out there, and when they're out there running weed eaters with the rest of the board member. Where was one day I was sitting there and I was running a weed eater on a fence line. You had a judge, you had a doctor, you had an engineer, and you had 3 felons all running weed eaters on the same.
Man.
And you know what? Every one of us were standing there in wet feet running the same type of weed eaters, cutting weeds for a fit. Didn't matter what your station in
He didn't have no mechanics out there.
No.
Or detailers.
They
No.
were. It was Saturday. They were all working.
Little does he know. We don't work on the weekends.
Well, I guess that's why you weren't volunteering for kids.
Monday through Thursday,
That's
40-hour
always
week.
acceptable, Willie, for you not to be out there helping the kids.
Yeah,
I assume you were
why
working.
was you not there?
Well, like one of my other jobs.
Oh yeah, he's gonna throw that. He's one of his other 16 jobs. He's got.
We got the mayor job. We got the snow biz. We run the snow cone trailer, and we got the tunes and tires. I do freeze dried candy on the side. We're always
None
doing
of
something.
these should prevent you from running
That's true.
weed eater at Lily.
Yeah.
There's always time for that, man. Always time for fun.
Well, we also talk about giving back to the community.
Do you run a weed eater at the house?
No, she runs weed.
Oh my gosh!
Oh no, she likes it.
We've learned something.
She'll run the weed eater, and I'm on the
She
zero
does
turn.
not like that. I can assure you. What do you do?
I run the zero turn.
Is that true? Okay.
You sit on a cushion
Yes.
seat
Yes. He's probably got
on a
his.
zero turn while you
headphones
watch
on.
your wife run a weed eater.
Oh, do you push Mo?
No.
Oh
she
my gosh!
Well, she likes the lawns in the yard.
Wow.
Good seeing y'all.
Holy
I don't
mackerel.
know if I can be.
Hey,
I think I'm gonna have to leave.
You
on
wanna
this
go start a podcast?
Let's go start a podcast. Holy
Right here for Bill and Andy.
Wow. Man.
I do my own push mow and rub my weed in.
Well, yeah, me and my son take turns.
There
But
you
we
go.
both do it. You know
There
what I
you
mean? There's, we got
But
the
I
zero
do
turn.
all the cooking at the house.
I do that
You
too.
do?
I do all the cooking.
Yeah, it's still not helping her.
Well, you know, her dad runs Jim Sturmite Pest Control, right? No sponsor of ours. Thank you all, Jim Sturmite. And what I've come to find out is I need to cook because if I ever made her mad, she's got access to all these different chemicals.
That's true.
You know, I'd be laying over in the corner like a dead cockroach.
They would never know.
And that's a good looking shirt you got on.
That is a good looking shirt.
Oh, wait a minute. I got one on too.
Who made these? Pine trees.
Pine Trees did.
Pine trees made them.
Have you heard of Pine Trees?
I have heard of pine trees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Such a good company up there. There's people, I'm telling you.
I've known them for a long time, even going back to that baseball tie-in. I think I first met Eli in a baseball
Yes.
field. And I've
I
known
see he
Nicole
broke some
and Jason
kinda-
for a long time.
They broke some kind of lifting record here,
Yep.
too, or something. 5 million pounds.
He's a little entrepreneur, too.
He
Like,
is.
yeah,
yes.
that kid's got it.
He's a
Yeah.
go-getter for sure.
Absolutely.
Kind of runs in the family, I think. They all work.
Never going to have to worry about that. But I did say that thanks to you all, as much as I enjoy the pines, it will always be pine trees now. I think they just need to change the name.
I think.
You're welcome, guys.
Yeah.
We've done that for you.
Pine tree. And I do, Nicole, I would like a shirt that says Willie's second favorite.
They're on there.
They'll
They're
go
on
back
there?
and watch.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, yeah. I just want it on
They'll-
there. I want it out there.
They'll be back on there for sure.
That would be much appreciated.
Hey, Angie's watching. Angie's watching.
Hi, Angie.
Angie Ellett. Hey, Judge Ballard. Happy to see you hanging out with these two guys. I don't know how happy he is. You know, he just showed his disdain against me for being Ron Chapman's watching, being his second favorite. Hey, you gotta get the crowd riled up, make sure that they watch.
Hey, if you guys got any comments, drop them. Willie's got his iPad here. We'll go through.
we didn't get to do that Monday night.
Who's
We was
live
in
you on? You on yours, Mom?
I'm on Samantha's.
Okay.
It'll pop up there.
Okay.
Not live.
She's not live. What are you talking about? It's
I'm watching off your page where I tagged you in the live.
Okay.
Wow, that's complicated.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's awful. It's
So,
awful.
just so Facebook land knows what's getting ready to go down, Andy will be our last Facebook Live look like this. From here on out, we're going to actually have the cameras up here. Wyatt's going to be over here in the corner doing his magic and stuff. You're going to be camera fed from all angles here. So, it's going to change its whole look after tonight. So, we're excited about
Or get canceled.
Or get canceled.
One of
Yeah,
the two.
yeah, something's going to happen. Something's going down.
I could see me getting canceled real quick. Let's see here. Ryan Chapman, I thought for sure your TV would have been bigger. Yeah, your eyes are just small, Bob.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He just likes to start trouble.
Tanya Kameen's Double Trouble in the pink shirts. Trouble? Us?
She's the trouble.
Tell me about it.
I'm telling you. She got her new man. Did you see that?
I've seen that.
Yeah, I think they're working
It's on
out
Facebook
together.
official.
Yeah, the Facebook official. They're working out together. I think they just got back from Paris or something. I don't know. They're traveling or doing something.
Where, Kentucky?
I think that's Paris, Kentucky. So, but,
It's not your cousin, is it?
oh no.
What? What are they going to do? Complain about me on the internet?
Gosh, here we
To
go.
all my Kentucky
Just so
family,
we all
I
know, this is live. This is live. We
Don't
just want to make
condone
sure
it.
everybody.
This is live, Wyatt. Yeah, this is live, Wyatt.
So yeah, we got sports. I mean, I know you're into all that.
Yep.
Anything else you got going on? You want
Starting to wind the sports stuff down a little bit. Like I
Yep.
said, I'm coming more of just a fan of being able to watch my younger kids play.
Yeah.
And sort of, there is me and my older kids were laughing a while back because I saw a meme that said, "There is nothing you can say that would hurt my feelings because I used to ride home from Little League with my father." And I said that kind of,
Yep.
I was that dad
Yep.
coach for a while.
Yep.
And the older I got, it was like, man, that probably wasn't the right thing to do.
Yeah.
So I think I love the kids, and I love to be around the kids, and I love to support the kids. But as far as a parent, I got to the point where I just like to sit and watch. Still go out and help and do whatever I need to do, but when the game starts, I think I'd rather just be in the rocking chair in the outfield.
I'll tell you what.
watch them
Taking it
play.
in.
With,
Yeah,
with
just
basketball, especially when Travis came through, when I went into a gym away, I always wanted to find that corner away from everybody to go sit. That way nobody sit around me and I could focus and watch him play. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you just take it all in. You're sitting down in the middle of it. You got people, this and that. I just feel like I was going to miss something, you know. And I like that was my time.
And that, you know, when you're coaching and when you're out there, you have to be an effective coach or a good coach. And I've always felt this because there are much better guys I coach with like the X's and O's and the skill things. And, you know, I would always defer to them on that. But anybody that's out there with those kids, every one of those kids gets that percentage of your attention.
Yep.
And it doesn't matter if your kid's on the field. They're just another kid
Yep.
out there. They're not your kid at that moment.
Yep.
There can be no... So when that game's going on, like when your team's in the field, your eyes are on 9 kids.
Yes.
And not your kid.
Yes.
And that's what I figured out I missed. You know, like
Yep.
I wish there would have just been moments that I got to see my son play that now I'm taking advantage of with my daughter. And then I got this son that just, he's an anomaly. He ran track last year in 7th grade, and he's really fast, and there's no Ballard in the history of the clan that's been fast. And he's a sprinter, and
he's the only runner.
yeah,
in the
I don't
family.
know anything about track. I know they fire a gun and he goes.
Yes, I'm with you.
Sometimes I don't even know where the finish line is.
I
I just
gotcha.
when they quit, I'm like, oh, I guess the race is over.
I know you.
But I go there and watch.
I know
Go
you-
sports.
Yeah,
yeah.
woo.
We talked earlier before we went on live here and stuff about, you know, the kids that kind of compete in all sports.
Yeah.
You know, I'm coached through an era of that, and I always use my own son as an example. I mean, he played football, he played basketball, baseball, golf. I mean, all of it. And I feel like back in the day, those kids that did that were prepared for anything thrown at them, you know.
They were.
And I know we were talking about a lot of injuries and stuff, and you see a lot of injuries in like the NBA, you know. The ACLs, I know you and I were talking about that and
Repetitiveness.
stuff. And man, I tell you, I know we need kids playing, you know, for Little League, because Ricky Shifko and I, or Willie and myself and Samantha, we all talked about that. Just trying to get kids to come out in the community. And
here's the other thing I'm torn on though, because I know I've sat there and I was probably guilty more than you two for steering this type of sports way, but we've substituted, like we're always doing something, we're always playing something. It's just as important. Like I don't know if it's their interest or not, but find something like take them fishing.
yes.
Go sit on a riverbank. You find something else outdoor, but
Correct.
just I don't really care what it is, but it doesn't have to be a competition.
Doesn't
And put
doesn't
the
go
electronics down.
That's right.
That's the only
Thank
thing.
you.
And
Yes.
I tell you what we're seeing more than anything, and you see it in the court system with the younger defendants, the amount of mental health problems that. If I'm not a sociologist, I've never done any studies to this, but I can almost guarantee that there is a direct correlation with electronics and especially social media.
Agreed.
At this point, like, I love this, and I love that there's an avenue to get a message out, especially to celebrate you guys and, you know, the works that you do in the community. And you can go live at events and show things like that. But there's part of it, too, that I just wish there's to wake up in a world tomorrow where there was no social media and maybe get back to some common decency.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Back to 1983, 1984, you went outside and you knew where everybody's at because that's where all the bicycles were at in the neighborhood.
That's right.
Where's my friends
Man,
at?
somebody
Everybody's up in
said
the
something the other day,
penthouse.
because I guess I fall in this generation and I didn't know, but there's this like subset of Gen X, because I'm a Gen Xer, but we're right on the tail end of Gen X and the beginning of the millennials, and we grew up in an analog world, but then in our late teen years, early adult years, you woke up and everything was digital immediately. So you know how to be alone. Like we knew how to be bored.
Yep.
I mean, you know, I rode in the back of a truck. This is an absolute true story. We went turkey hunting one year in Kirksville, Missouri, and we got in the back of a pickup truck. There was me and 3 other boys on an old foam, like roll-out love seat. You remember that? It was like a hide-a-bed, but it wasn't a bed. It just rolled out and laid flat on the floor. That was put up against the cab in a single cab Ford pickup truck with an aluminum topper on it. And the 2 adults rode up front, and we rode, the 4 of us in the back, laid out on that couch, maybe with Walkmans if we were lucky, maybe some cassette tapes, staring backwards, looking, and rode all the way from Ironton, Ohio to Kirksville, Missouri. I saw the St. Louis Arch for the first time from the back of a pickup truck driving to Missouri to go turkey hunting. And no one thought of it.
Yeah.
It was like, we're going turkey hunting.
Yeah.
We're going to Missouri. Get in the truck. And we got in the truck and we went. You know what they would do now?
Oh, yeah. Are we almost there?
Oh no! If you got pulled on red string, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah,
Can you
that
imagine
too.
that?
Yeah, that
That's
too.
child abuse.
Yeah, that's true.
And it was acceptable.
Very
Like
good
there
point.
was nothing wrong. That, and I know people will sit there and it's like, that is crazy. Yeah, it probably was. But you know what? We were happy. And we
Yeah.
had a great time. And everything was okay. And we talked or slept the whole way there. No one had their AirPods in.
Yeah.
No one were just watching. I know we can't go backwards, but the decency in the humans is what I miss about that time.
Yeah.
You know, and that sense of community.
Yep.
That's why what you guys are doing, and I keep bragging on you, is so important because you don't have to go see people now.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
think about Facebook and social media has almost killed the regularity of class reunions.
Yeah.
Yep.
People don't have class reunions anymore because you know what everybody's doing. You see them all the time.
I've tried to have them, but I can get about 5 of you to come out.
Well, it's hard to make the effort
Yeah.
because they used to make the effort all the time because you were going to go for the first time in 5 or 10 years and catch up with all the people you grew up with and see what they were doing. Now,
Real quick, Pine Trees, Nicole Pine. We say hi. Go back and
Hey.
watch. We had a little bit of conversation about you all there.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks for jumping on and saying hey.
But I just wish my kids got. And I think a lot of people in our generation would say that because you had to build trust. You had to rely. One of the things when I started talking about that story about that in between generations, like we remembered what it was like. Like if Willie, you and I made plans to go see a movie, like we were going to go out and go watch a movie tomorrow night. I'm going to go to the movie theater, and I'm just going to hope you show up.
Yep.
Because we couldn't text each other. Couldn't say anything. Like we're going to meet at 8:00. I'm going to be standing out there waiting for Willie to show up at 8.
Hanging out with him back in the day was a little different because we were at Romeo's Pizza the other day, and Eric Wells was telling us about a time that he was riding out his bicycle out in front of Romeo's. Would you like to elaborate on
I'd
that?
love to hear this story.
Come on, throw it out there for us.
Man, and I forgot about this.
Oh,
It brought
but
it
Eric
up,
did
brought
remind
up from my wife. Cheryl, the owner down there, she said the only time she ever had beef with me was one time they was there and they looked up and here I go running by streaking in front of Romeo's, middle of the day.
Middle of the day.
Middle of the day.
I mean, wow.
And and that's a good thing. That's a good way I can say, thank
Willie, I'm
Lord.
sorry. I'm sorry, and this comes from a nice place, but if you're streaking in the middle of the day, it's one of two things. You're proud or dumb.
Yes,
Or both.
yes,
I don't know which one, and I don't want to.
yes. So,
Got him.
it is what it is at this
calling it a
point.
shirt now.
Man.
Oh, I got a bunch of laughs.
Yeah, there we
There's
go.
a new shirt.
Keep it
Proud
coming,
dumb.
everybody. Keep it coming. Yeah.
So, that happened. But, that was a time whenever, thank Lord, there wasn't social media
Yeah.
back then because there had been no way in the world I'd
So
have been
that is
there.
another thing.
Yeah.
And I promise I'll move past, but that's it. You could make mistakes and they just disappeared.
Right.
Yes.
That's here. And you said you even forgot about it until somebody else said anything.
On here, everything lives forever.
That's what I mean.
So kids, whenever you put it on there,
there you go.
you can research it and go and get it.
And
Anytime.
How many things did you do in your life that you are so thankful didn't get captured
God.
forever that you would have to relive it
Yes.
all the time?
Yes.
You
Right.
can't move past it.
Yes.
Well, public eye will not let you move
Yep.
past it. You can come to God and be done with it, get your say have your peace and move on. But people will not let you forget what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
See, back whenever say this happened, people like, oh, it's just Willie,
Yeah,
and the next day it was forgot
it
about.
was over.
Now, that would have been posted 32 times, shared 42 million times, and then
Yep.
you go on in life, and then you start your career.
You'd have went
Your
viral.
professional,
Yeah.
You would have had your professional career, and then people just
Yep.
keep bringing it up. Every time you screw up just a little bit,
And
somebody's
you
got to
apply
bring it
for a
up.
job if you're 22
Oh, yeah.
and
Yeah. Wait a minute. I
Oh, hold
remember
on.
you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's
And
exactly right.
Yeah.
Kids, I mean, just
And I'm not sure that would have been forgotten by everybody the next day. Did Barb know you did that?
She does now.
Well, Barb ain't gonna forget it. You're getting a call tonight.
But again, too,
First mom's gonna be
the first mother to tell you.
Yeah.
She again, she knows.
Sorry, Mom.
She knows who I am, so yeah. So well, yeah, he probably done that, and then done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just mom's pretty cool.
She is. I think the world of your mother. She is.
Now, Dad, he'd have beat me.
and you would probably agree that that would have been rightfully so.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, you can't argue with that.
No.
Yeah. Still
No,
harmless.
you
Still
can't argue
probably
with that.
harmless, but you were going to take a beating on that. Yeah.
Yes. And I took a lot of beatings on it. Dessert. That's funny. You bring that up. We was sitting in the garage one day. We was working on a car. We was just talking back and forth, and he said, "Willie, every time I busted your ass, did you deserve it?"
That's all right.
And I was like, no. And Dad, he couldn't hide his emotion. He got red in the face. He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "But it's okay." I said, "Because it made up for all the times you didn't catch me."
Yeah, yeah. It's funny you said. So my uncle passed away. My mom's only brother. He passed away last year, and he was like a father figure to me growing up. I loved him. It was literally to the day he was born, January 3rd, 55. Mom was born March 3rd, 56. There was 14 months to the day between those two, and he was actually he's the famous one of the family for the only family. He was Billy Ray Cyrus's bass player, Corky Holbrook.
I know Corky. I know him. Yeah.
Corky's my mom's brother.
Oh,
and
okay.
Corky told me when he was in high school, he graduated from Fairview, and when he was at Fairview, last day of school, senior year, or the last day they didn't skip, whatever the last day of the seniors were, he said there was a teacher and said, "Are there any boys in this room that I did not paddle over the last 4 years?" And they said there was like 3 hands, and he said, "Come up front." And he gave them a lick apiece. He said, "I'm sure you did something that I didn't catch you for." On the last day of school. And Corky was one of them. And he's like, "I came over and I told my dad." And your grandfather was just like, "Yeah, he's probably right." And that was it. No one called the school. No one. He just totally unprovoked give all of those seniors, a bunch of 18-year-old boys who were probably all qualified for the Vietnam draft at that time, licked them with a paddle.
How many times did you get paddled in school?
I think I was the last one in Pearland that got paddled in the 8th grade.
Oh, yeah? Who got you?
Miss Limley.
Limley.
But my favorite was Coach Carroll.
I've got a Carroll story, so go
What?
ahead. I want to tell
Coach
that
Carroll.
one.
Coach Carroll paddled you?
And before he was coach, he got mad when we called him Coach Carroll.
Yeah.
But it was deserved. He was
Of course it was.
his first year at Fairlawn
Yeah.
was my 7th grade year in junior high, and we had him for science and then math. So I believe he was going to school at the time, kind of doing both, finishing up everything. And we were sitting in class, and he was grading papers, and he was kind of dozing off. So I was sitting back by the light switch, and I flipped the switch real quick, and he rubbed his eyes and everything and went on a little bit. And he went doze off again, and I flipped that switch, and he said, "Ward, that's a lick." So I get up, and I grab a chair, and I'm pulling it behind me. I've been this tall since the 5th grade.
Uh-huh.
So he goes, "You don't need a chair, Ward." I said, "It's not for me, sir." I said, "So you can reach my ass." He said,
"Oh, Dave."
He said, "That's 2." He's red in the face. He comes out there, he slams that door, and he just starts dying laughing. He said, "Ward, that was good, but you're still getting 2."
Yeah,
And
I can see him crediting that, like, giving you credit. I'm still going to smack you, but that was good, kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We had one of our sponsors, Dual Compass Travel Agency there.
Yeah.
Mr. Pat Frazier, his mom, Vicky Frazier.
Miss Frazier, I absolutely love Vicky.
I did too. However,
Vicky also got me.
well, let me get one. I was talking, and she went out in the hall and come back in while I was the only one talking. Whoa. Heads up. What's going on here?
Camera just started
We're
spinning.
getting ready to get
Good.
bombed? Okay. But anyway, yeah. So she comes back in from the hallway. And, yeah, lo and behold, I was the one talking. And
No.
she puts me out in the hallway. Oh, I know, yeah. Hard to believe. I don't
Right.
know. But anyway, she puts me out in the hallway. She says, "You, that's a lick." So I go out there, and now mind you, I made it all the way up till the end. I had never got paddled before, ever.
Even at home?
Well, no, I got some licks at home. We won't go into all that because I was the whole time I drove home. But anyway, Miss Wilkes. Can't remember her first name. She was a health teacher in junior high.
Yeah.
Okay. Bless her heart. And I still say thank you, Miss Wilkes, to this. Because when she was walking by, Vicki Frazier looked at her and says, okay, Miss Wilkes, what's your personal take on Mr. Grimm here? She luckily had a roll of tape in her hand. She walked over beside me, and she held that roll of tape up over top of my head like a halo. She said, I think he's the greatest thing since peanut butter or something like that. She got me out of my paddling. So guess who made it through school and didn't get paddled?
You didn't live then, bud.
Is that? I think the question for you is it easier to name the teachers who did?
Yes, for sure. He's told me several.
Throughout your career.
Yes. He's a problem. He was a problem child.
Mr. Black
Ooh,
never
science.
paddled me.
Look at the level of contemplation that he's got to go
He's
through.
really wrong.
Remember little frail Miss Castle?
I sure do.
She let me
English
up.
teacher. English teacher, yeah. Man, you want to get on her bad side.
I had her
Lord
for
have
homeroom.
mercy.
Dr. Wiley, he absolutely lit me up.
You got paddled by a homeroom teacher?
Yeah.
That's
You
an
didn't-
accomplishment.
You didn't call him Mr. Wiley, did you?
No.
He hated that.
And bless his soul, we just laid him to rest there. Mr. Lewis, John Paul.
Yes, yes.
Hell of a guy. Just absolutely made junior high wonderful. He was just absolutely a great person. Should have been in trouble a lot more than I was, but he's a country boy too. Grew up on this end of the county, and he just kind of took it as, okay, they're just being boys, and he kind of took us under his winger a little bit. But yeah, he let me up a couple times also.
They did a lot of paddling up at Fairland.
Yeah.
Back when
So
we
it
were
sounds
there,
like-
oh yeah, we had some. Trust me, his grade and my grade, I think, were two of the probably the most hellion.
Yeah, I
group
graduated
to come through
95.
there.
You graduated 97.
97.
Yeah.
So that
Okay, we
everything,
graduated the same year.
everything in between was, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you talked about track. Y'all didn't win an OVC champion there for 5 years straight.
No, I didn't.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I was a big track star.
Were you? Yeah. I never went to a track meet.
You
I was-
probably got paddled by your homeroom teacher. Yes, Clay Wilson.
Yeah,
did.
right. Yeah.
Somebody, Ernie Mann's watching. Mike Ines. He wanted to say, there's my bro Andy. Ironton was Mr. Watson. I'm going to have to bust you. I'm giving you the max of 3.
Mr. Lance Clanton was one down there. And the one that scared us the most, and he just passed away here recently, we were talking about him, was Terry Parker. And Terry was a longtime assistant on Bob Lutz's football staff, and like when we grew up in the system down there, like your assistant coaches on the high school team, who were usually all teachers or in the school, they coached the junior high team, they coached the freshman team, they coached the JV team, and then everybody was on the sideline. So it was a system, you know.
Gotcha.
And Terry Parker and Paul Fugit, who I still love dearly, and Paul's still down in Ironton, were our coaches in junior high. But Terry had 4 arms that were like the width of my head, and he had one of those paddles with the holes drilled in.
Also, like
Yeah.
Mr. When there was it, Popeye Sailman.
Yeah.
Kind of like my
Exactly.
Kind of like my post today. I had my arm.
Yeah, looked like
Yeah.
looked like
Built,
your face.
looked like you built like a lawn dart.
I woke up like that. I kind of shrunk today.
You're retaining water.
Yeah, retaining water.
Yeah. But that was the one that we were always afraid of, and the closest I ever came to him was we had a game of keep away during testing one year in the boys' bathroom. We walked in for a break, and one of my friends who didn't have his shoes tied got flat tired, and his foot came out of his shoe, which then resulted in one of us taking his shoe, and then about 3 of us passing it around to keep it from him. And Mr. Parker walked in while I was there, and he said, "I will see all of you all in my office in the morning." And we walked in there, and he looked at us, and he said, "I was going to give you each a lick apiece this morning, but I talked to our friend who lost his shoe, and he said you guys weren't picking on him, that you were all friends, and that he would have done it to you all too. And he said, so get your butts back to class." And we just ran down the hallway. And I remember one of the guys that was with me, and I will not disclose his name, I love him dearly, but he literally, as we were walking back to homeroom, he was crying. Like he was so afraid that he was going to get out of the tears. He was like, "Man, I'm going to fake it."
My dad was a huge man. He was 300 pound plus. I mean, just like a 55-gallon drum with arms. So when I got paddled in school, it was like, Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Because it
Yeah.
was nothing, but
Yeah.
it was the shame behind it almost.
Sure.
Now, 7th,
Well,
8th
you,
grade.
but you, well, no. You wrote again. Our generation. I guarantee you were told if you get it at school.
Oh, you got
Yeah,
it home twice as bad.
100%.
and
yes.
that's what worried you.
Right. And
Yeah.
what was bad was you couldn't
You-
hide it.
You got
Because mom drove a school bus. So
Yeah,
guess
there
what?
you
When
go.
she pulled up to the school, we busted your son's butt again today.
you got paddled to school, and then you got an ass beaten at home.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
Something funny I want to share here. Angie Elliott, not me. I got paddled almost daily.
Daily. Ooh,
Yeah.
Angie. Ooh.
Well, she's off the crate. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
but I
Yeah.
can't tell you. 13 years in public school, with kindergarten through 12th grade. I
Okay,
don't
15, but who's counting?
15 for you, Willie. I get it. I don't remember a single girl ever being paddled.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
do.
remember it.
Yeah.
Or-
And I mean, it may have happened. I just
Man,
don't
we had
remember.
we in my class. I mean, I'm not gonna say your names. You know who you are, but whoo, we had some deities in my class.
And feel free to drop it in the
Oh,
comments
no.
if you're one
The-
of them.
the-
'cause
the-
I'd like to know.
The corn-fed girls on this end of the county, they wasn't afraid. They
No.
stuck her mind. They
Oh,
took her
cow.
legs.
Man, there's some bruisers.
Yeah,
back
I
in
just
the
don't.
days.
I don't really remember. And if anybody's on here we went to school together in Ironton and remembers that.
Here, I got to tell you a quick story, real quick. It's just a little snippet at home. My dad. You talk about your dad.
Yes, sir.
I tell this story all the time, and people just love to hear this. So I got grounded because of my grades. I was always in trouble because of my grades. I sucked in school. It's just one of them things. But
Same.
anyway, I got grounded from my bike. Well, as a young boy, getting grounded from your bike,
all you got.
that was horrible. I mean, that's what you got around on.
That was your phone.
That was it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
You're
yes.
tied to the outside world.
So Dad worked at the Kmart garage down here in Burlington, down here in
Yeah.
South Point, and before it's not there now. But anyway, I was the daredevil in the neighborhood, and I'm gonna throw some names out there. Jason Wyatt, okay, it was you. Josh Shortridge, Ben Jeremiah. I mean, there's a bunch of you. Anyway, I was the daredevil on the bikes, the BMX bikes. They would always build the ramp. And I was the first one to have to jump it because everybody else was like, well, Bill, do it, then I'll do it, So Jason Wyatt says, you're not allowed on a bike? Or not allowed on your bike? I said, no. He said, well, here, use my bike. And I get on his bike, so I'm hammering down through there. I hit that jump. As soon as I hit the jump, I hear, Billy Graham, get home now. I turn and look. Here's my dad.
Oh no.
So I set the bike. I did jump, though. I did pretty up there. So anyway, I got home. He says, son, I told you you were grounded from your bike. I said, well, Dad, I wasn't on my bike. I was on Jason Wyatt's bike. Yeah, he didn't like that, so we met in my bedroom later and took care of some business. So, yeah.
A couple of shout outs. Lacey, new mom. How you doing? Shane, Cody Pennington. You know Cody?
Oh, yeah.
He's got 3 goats.
3 goats.
3 goats. So, anyway,
What are you
they're on
doing?
there. I lost my.
What's going on over
Three
here?
goats.
Oh, no. There we go.
Kobe.
There we go. Yeah, 3 goats. So
Nice. We'll
He,
take
he's
it.
always
Yeah, we'll
he always
take that.
had me in his phone under Goat Mayor because he worked for a few of us. So the mayor of South Point.
There's another T-shirt idea for Pine Tree. Goat Mayor.
Goat
Well,
Mayor.
he
And I
worked-
want a picture of Goat Boy from
Nicole.
Saturday Night Live.
Get it worked up. Goat Mayor.
Goat Mayor. With Willie's
So,
head.
I was the
Who
Goat
looks
Mayor.
like the Goat Boy from Saturday Night Live.
Yes. That's
Yes.
gonna be awesome. I might
Yes.
actually have to get one of those. I'd wear that.
I think he ought to go as Goat Boy next year in the Christmas parade.
Hey, we can do this.
Yeah.
We can do this.
And somebody has to walk around. Remember, he always used to get the electric cattle prod?
Yep.
Somebody's got to do that. And it's gotta
Since
be
we're talking about mayor,
real
shout out to
cattle
Proctorville Mayor,
Mr. Elliott.
Mr. Elliott.
Yes.
So, and it's one of our sponsors, Proctorville Water. Proctorville Water. It's not award-winning, but it's wet. This isn't Proctorville Water. This is for the Lonnie and discontent. In case you wonder.
But that is all. I could, I sit there and I tell these stories to my kids too, and we'll sit around the table every once in a while, and Deanna and I will talk about this. And going back to what we were saying, it's just so different than the environment. And
Yes.
there's even there's been times that they've gone, it's like, it sounded like you guys had a lot of fun. And we did, all this stuff. We're sitting here all these years later,
Yeah.
and those were some horrible times.
Yeah.
You did not
Yeah.
want to get busted in
Yeah.
your bedroom
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
night. But here we are all these years later, and we're just laughing about it because they weren't bad memories.
To go back, to go back and live it again.
Yeah.
Dad worked midnight shift,
Oh,
and the
my
worst
God.
thing you could done is got in trouble during the day.
Yes, my mom was
Because-
a shift worker at AK Steel.
So whenever Dad came in,
Yep.
you knew what was happening. You know, Mama meet him at the door. You'd hear a little conversation. Then you'd hear that belt come out of those 8 Levi loops.
You can still get. Was it left the loops?
Oh my!
Yep.
So you being in the position you're at, think about it back when we were all kids, being disciplined the way we were. Do you think you've seen as much back then as what you see now? You know I'm getting at. I'm not
Yeah.
going to get into the abuse and all that. I don't
well,
wanna get
and
into all
luckily,
that.
man, that is something very fortunate. You know, one of the things that a lot of people don't understand because they're not dealing with the court systems every day. You know, you got the way the common pleas is structured. You have 2 general division judges, and that's Judge Finley and I, and we're handling civil matters above a certain threshold, foreclosure matters in the county, the felony criminal docket, the workers' comp case, stuff like that. And then we've got Judge Trish Sanders downstairs as the probate juvenile judge.
Gotcha.
So, but the only time I ever have to see some bad stuff like that is if it is a criminal case with the adult. I would assume, and I've never talked to her about it, I would assume she sees some stuff down there.
Yeah.
But you know, and I would assume it's horrible too, because I remember as a young parent, my oldest, he was going to be 19 next month.
Right.
You know, he was in a tug of war. He didn't want a diaper change when he was little, and he was tugging away. And you know how they get like didn't want to get, and he pulled loose and he hit an outer corner of the house, like in the kitchen, and split his head open.
Oh,
He got like 3 staples. They
Yeah.
closed up, and then he rode a little car down a hill with an older boy, and he got a spider fracture in his elbow, and it was kind of close in time. And I remember going in, and I'm like, man, we're going to get investigated. Like, this kid just had a gash on his head, and now he's got this fracture on his elbow. And our pediatrician, who we love, man, she was like a family member, and she checked him out, and she's like, oh, yeah, we're going to put it in a cast. In 2 weeks, he'll be fine. You know, it wasn't bad. And then I realized nothing was going to happen, and I was like, I'm going to be honest with you, Doc. I said, I was scared. That, you know, because and she's like, oh, honey, she said, this isn't abuse.
Yeah.
She said, you know abuse when you see it, and it's something you never want. She said, this is a boy.
Yeah.
And that kind of, man, that brought, and then she told me some things like and it's like your heart just started breaking.
Yeah.
But I thought those 2 incidents were enough.
Yeah.
It's like, I should be investigated. Like, I'm questioning now whether I should be a parent.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It was, and it's just that learning curve, man.
Yeah.
And that, it's the stuff that goes on in those rooms. It's that stuff that those kids won't be sitting around having, and it's heartbreaking.
Right.
That you know that's when, you know, when we talk about stuff like this, and then somebody says, well, wow, you all were a bit. No, we weren't. We weren't a bit. It's like my friend said one time, you know, figure of speech. He's talking about like a football game, and he's like, man, those kids, they went to war that night, and it was said in front of a good friend of ours who was a veteran who served multiple tours over there, and he didn't mean it in a bad way. He just looked over and he said, that's not war.
No.
And we looked at him and we're like, you know what, we probably ought not use that phrase anymore, because he saw what war was. And it wasn't like what your mouth said. It was just very subtle, and it was very poignant, though. Like, that's a football game.
Right.
That's not war. And it's like, okay,
I got you.
we weren't abused. What happened to us, that was That was not it.
That was good parenting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yes.
And I don't have a problem
Walking
with
the
it, man.
straight and narrow. Man.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah. And I'm like, I agree with you guys, and I bet everyone out in Facebook land, the majority of them would say the same thing, that we didn't get it enough.
Yeah. Amen. Amen.
Yes.
Yes.
See, I was lucky. I was third of 4, and I watched my 2 older siblings grow up.
Yeah.
And I learned what not to do.
Or how to get away with.
Real fast.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, my baby sister, you know, she was a siren, everything. Ah! So it was, I was, you know, that middle child syndrome, big time. I mean, you know, where's Willie? Yeah, I was always out in town. And when summer would start, I'd get on my bicycle, I'd go through it, 30 miles long. But if I'd done something wrong, My parents knew about it before I got back home.
Oh yeah.
That's, of course, I'm related to 3/4.
But there you go. We had community parenting.
Right.
Yeah. If you were out doing something and you got caught,
here it comes. Yes.
And someone busted your butt.
Yep.
Mary Brewer.
And called
David Brewer's
told,
mom and dad.
And called and
my butt.
told your mom and dad.
Yes.
They're not going to have a problem with that. They're like, good. And again, he's probably going to get it worse when he gets home.
Yeah.
Like, no, I was just as afraid of friends' mothers as I was my own, because they were going to lay the lumber on all of us just like anybody else.
Nowadays, what they want to do is they see somebody else sees you, they want to put it on social media.
They want to do that, but the other problem that I've got, like in this day and age, and I've even struggled with this as a parent too, but I think if you recognize you've got a deficiency, you can do something to correct it. If you don't think you're doing it, if you don't have a problem, you're never going to fix it. We are so worried about not letting our kids fail. Mm-hmm. Like everybody tries to do things to it to make their life so easy. But when you think about it, where you are in life, it's not from success; it's from failure.
That's one of my sayings.
I learned so much more.
You've got to learn how to lose before you can even think about knowing how to win.
I tell kids all the time, like if I go to speak to high school or, I've spoken to college guys and stuff, and especially if you're talking to people in law school or young lawyers. So as a trial lawyer, before becoming a judge, I never sat and thought about the cases I won. Mm-hmm. I thought about the cases I lost.
Right.
Because it drove me to be better.
Yep.
Why did I lose that case?
Yep.
What can I do different next time? Where did they get me this time? And by God, you'll never get me again. Like, you'll never get that over on me again.
Yep.
But you don't know until you learn your lesson.
Yep.
And if you don't let these kids fail when they're young, they're still going to fail at some point. And I think we're delaying it. Mm-hmm. And you know what? I'm going to just be honest, too. And, I don't know if this is good for a judge to say.
Hey,
I'll say a lot that shouldn't be done for a mayor to say. You're fitting right in, buddy.
Yeah, you're good, brother.
I'm on the ballot this year, and I'm pretty sure I'm going to get a call from my campaign manager later saying you're not allowed to make decisions anymore on what shows you go on.
I love it.
Sorry, T. But I think that you're going to screw up, and I would rather you screw up as a juvenile.
Yes.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
The game changes a lot. Judge Hank Harkey is a common pleas judge who I think really highly. He's a great man down in Scioto County, and he's been down there a long time. Hank, for years, has been going to all the high schools in Scioto County, and he talks to the senior class. Mm-hmm. And one of the main things that he talks to the seniors about, he's like, life just changed for you all. Like what you could have got in trouble for before, that goes away when your juvenile record is sealed, doesn't go away anymore. And he does something great too. He does, I don't know if he still does it. And he said, and he's like, phones are a problem. Like you probably have stuff on your phones that you shouldn't have on your phones that could get you in trouble. And just, so we can help you all out here to look at this. But he would have his bailiff with him or somebody. And he said, my bailiff and I, we're going to collect everybody's phones at the end of this. And we're going to look through your phones with you. And we're going to see if there's anything on your phones that you shouldn't have on your phone. And this teacher with one of these schools told me, she looked around, she's like, kids just start sweating like they were like, and he just went on like nothing. Yeah. And at the end, he's like, we're not going to look through your phones. We don't have a right to do that. He's like, but if you were nervous, you are who I was talking to.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And they were scared to death. And that's, you got to let them fail. Like, I don't want to see my kids fail, but you got to let them fail because they'll never grow.
Right. You got to learn from your mistakes.
Man, pick it. Somebody sent me a good joke the other day because I get a bunch of law jokes that people send to me. And this guy sent one and said, gentleman looked up and said, it's not how many times you fall, it's how many times you get back up. And the officer said, sir, that's not how an OVI test works.
That's good.
Speaking of officers, Zach Roberts. Just wanted to say they're having a baby tonight. They're inducing labor. So you're listening to us talk about parenting and making mistakes and stuff. You're going to make mistakes.
You're going to do it. That's part of being a parent.
You're going to make mistakes. You're all going to be great though. And also, Aaron Hicks and his wife was on there, or girlfriend Lacey. They just had a baby, and you might have seen a picture of it. That baby wasn't 5 months old, and they was letting me hold it.
You said that baby was.
It was the cutest ugly baby that I've held in a long time. Because all babies are ugly.
Oh, man.
What? it should be a national holiday, National Ugly Baby Day.
Well,
That way everybody can celebrate about their ugly kids.
with that, we just made another shirt for the merch shop.
That's right. Absolutely.
All babies
Absolutely.
are. And I want a little dash, like in a tribute line that says, Mayor Willie Wood.
Yeah.
All babies
I
are.
think that one's already in the works.
Mayor
I
Willie
think they've
Wood.
already got that
Okay,
one.
good.
Yeah, for
good.
sure.
I like that. My entire wardrobe is going to be based on
Quotes from the Mayor of Visalia.
Yeah. I want mine that says Willie's second favorite, and then the rest of the ones with your little one-liners on it. It's going to be good. If I Goat Boy.
The
Goat Mayor.
Goat
The
Man.
Goat Mayor.
Sheep go to heaven, goats.
So what?
Go to
Let me flip it back on you guys again real quick. So what's next for you all? Like what's big picture stuff with community things? What we got coming up?
What do I have coming up? A couple big things coming up in the village, and as soon as they're done, I am too. We are opening a library in the village of Visalia.
I think that's awesome.
It's not much. It's a outbuilding that we've got. It's already insulated, wired, and everything. Penny Backley, she runs a daycare there in the village. She's already starting to get some books and stuff together. Little Sylvia's, their salon up here in Rome. They are doing a book drive. I've got customers bringing stuff in. I got people from churches bringing us globes.
Pine's got the TV.
Pine's got the TV.
Heck yeah.
Mike
We need
Foster, him and his wife have donated a lot. It's just the community coming together to make that work.
Yeah.
And what I want is that we're going to have Wi-Fi that's going to be available all the time, so you'll be able to pull up even when the building is closed.
Oh,
Access to
that's
Wi-Fi, so if you got job applications or research and stuff, you can
Yeah.
sit there in the car in the parking lot and do it. Or we're going to have a couple of laptops within. So you'll be able to get a hold of me or Penny. We're going to have like a lock on the front of it, like a cabin, so you can get in there, access, get what you need, lock everything up. So it's like we're not going to be able to man it. I mean, we're way
Sure.
too small for
Sure.
that. But that is something that we're going to try to give back to the community a little bit. And I got local authors that's bringing me books.
Very few human beings have the ability to say, I started a library.
It's true.
That's pretty special.
I'm proud.
He's
you know,
rare though, so.
Yeah,
Especially for a dude that can't read.
Amen.
Word. We are going to have story time with the mayor. I do want to do that at least once.
It's picture time with the mayor.
Picture time with the mayor.
I say that lovingly.
Goat Mayor.
Because I read today out at Deering Elementary School. I go out every year for their Dr. Seuss Day, and they do such a great job. A huge shout out to Deering Elementary over the Dawson Bride School System. But they have all these people show up every year, and they have breakfast for them, and then they come in, and like 2 kids out of each class come and get you and escort you, and they're all dressed up in Dr. Seuss outfits. And I want to say it's like maybe kindergarten through 5th grade, and then all the grades do that, but I think all the grades are in that building. But I usually get to read like kindergarten, 1st, or 2nd graders. This year I got to read for Miss Fuller's class, Blaine Fuller's wife.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Love
Yeah.
the Fullers. They're great people. But 2nd year I got to read to 2nd graders. And when you sit there and read a Dr. Seuss book, when you haven't read a Dr. Seuss book in a long time, you question your ability to read.
I can see that.
Oh,
Green eggs and ham. And
it's so. I used to read
Sam
that one all
Myers,
the time,
Sam
and
Myers.
I thought that was good because I got to the point where I'd almost memorized it, and I'd get through it. And then they started changing up last year, and then this year was 1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
Ooh.
Yeah. So I earned my money.
Earned your keep on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Other than that, we're building a new pavilion down at the park, very similar to the one behind the senior building at the fairgrounds.
Oh, good. That's nice.
So the picnic shelter that we had down there was there when I was a kid. And you can grab a hold of, course, floodwaters and everything. You can check that thing back and forth. So actually, I had some people in the village that had some community service, and they reached out to me. I said, go tear that thing down. It's getting replaced. So you're going to see some stuff happening down there at the park. For the first time in almost 20 years, 25, 30 years it's been since we've had a basketball court down there. We had a mayor back in the day that done some underhand stuff and bought the park out from underneath the village and sold a bunch of it to Heckler Water, and then sold a small piece of the park
What? In
back
Orange County?
to the village. Well,
What?
the basketball court was on the property that he sold to Heckler Water.
Yeah.
So it grew up, didn't get to use it. So we finally got a basketball court paved. And I'm proud of a few of these
That's
things.
as crazy as like strip mining Wayne National Forest.
Right.
Yeah.
We're surprised. Here's an AI center. You know. So yeah, I'm very proud of a few things, and it's not just me. I mean, yeah, I'm just the head of the snake, but I've got a really good council. You know, my officers doing a good job up there, and you know, you're going to start seeing the fruits of that labor. I can't wait.
Well, that's awesome. What you said you're done.
Yes. Well, you talked about my TikTok handle, Mayor for Now.
Yeah, that's
why.
So
I've got less than 2 years.
Here's the thing. I'm not in the political game. I
Yeah.
never will be. Don't want to be. I'm trying to pull him out of that because we can do so much better together without the political.
I
side
have
of it, you know what I mean?
found out I can do so much more
Yes.
as a citizen
Yes.
than I can as a mayor.
Well, and that, I mean, but here's the thing. I get that, but you are your only limitation. No matter what you do.
And we've worked way around that. We have my wife and I, Bill. We have opened a nonprofit, the ACAC, Atelier Community Action Council, and Samantha wanted to do a tree gala on this end of the county because South Point lost its move time. So we put one. We done one last year at the fairgrounds.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we raised over $5,000, which is huge, I think, for this end of the county. So we've already got a good kickstart there because I found out by accident I can't have a cakewalk sponsored by the Village of Athalia because it goes against it's law. I can't raise money. So, well, the ACAC can.
That's right.
So that goes into that nonprofit. Well, that money goes back into having those parties. So we have an Easter egg hunt every year, and we have a Halloween party every year. And we bring not only the kids of Athalia, we bring all the kids from that end of the county. A lot of your poor kids.
I'm going to stop you right there. These parties, they keep growing. The first time I was up there, I don't know where all these kids came from, Andy. It was crazy how many. I mean, I've been there for both of them, but I think.
Did it look like Applewood on Halloween?
Brother, yeah, it was
in?
something like it. But I'm telling you, that whole backfield, I remember us throwing eggs out there. That dang chicken had, I don't know how many eggs that year, but it was crazy. That whole field was covered, and there were kids everywhere out there. But what he's doing up there,
I know.
it's crazy.
It's
you know, and I'm just thankful he lets me be part of it. You know, if I can help out a little bit, and so be it.
You know, we pull off our kids from Federal Creek, Miller,
So it's
Crown City.
It's everywhere. Yeah.
They don't fit in. They don't. Kids, they don't feel like that they fit in Rome or going to Huntington or going to Chesapeake at some of these bigger things. I get a lot of these poor kids in. We feed them. You know, we got chips, we got hot dogs. The church gives us sauce, and you know, we cook them all up. And we just hand them out. You know, you get something to eat. We give away bicycles. Little Sylvia's, they're donating bicycles and scooters. So there's special eggs in each age group. They bring them up and they win this dance contests. And and
you can always use volunteers and people that assist and donate. So here is my message that I try to promote a lot too. For anybody out there on social media watching this tonight or watching it later who finds himself being on social media arguing with people all the time over politics or getting mad, reading stuff, turn it off. Go down to Athalia and ask the mayor when the next event is that I can go volunteer. Because you know what? If you go help a bunch of kids out or you do something like that, the feeling that you walk away with is so much better. It's infectious, like I said earlier. And then just keep doing that instead of arguing with your neighbor over some human being that doesn't care about. This is my biggest, I know we're not a political show and I'm not going to go into RD or non-affiliated politics. I'm just going to say this because this statement holds true for anybody. A political party has never done anything for anybody. People do stuff for people. And I don't care what your political party is. I care on what you can do for the community, what you can do to make this place
what have you
better.
done for your neighbor lately?
That's it, man. I don't care if my neighbor's a Republican or a Democrat. I really don't. And I hope they don't care what my affiliation is. What I care is, do you need a helping hand? Because I'm going to come help you.
That's right.
And you know what? Today we're going to help other people, and I'd love you come and assist us helping other people because I want to make this place as good as it can be. And I said this when I campaigned in 2016, and I'll say it today, and I'll say it till the day I die. No one is ever going to come in and fix our problems. We are the only ones that can fix our problems. And if we are not willing to compromise, work together, and find a solution, then we might as well all just leave.
That's right. That's right.
No one. There is no saving grace. There is no, guy with a white hat on a cowboy on a horse going to come in and solve all your problems. There is nobody in Washington, D.C., and nobody in Columbus, Ohio, that are going to fix the problems in Athalia. At best, you may get some money from them every once in a while. At best. But they're never going to fix your problems.
Nope.
But they need to give you that money and let you figure out how to best utilize those funds for your community.
And that's what we're doing.
And we should never ask them to fix our problems for us. We should never fix. But man, we argue like they're going to.
Yep.
We argue like, that it's a religion. Man, it's not a religion. There are a lot of things in my life that I am proud of. I'm proud that I am married to a wonderful woman. I am proud that I'm the father of 4 great kids. I'm proud that, I put myself through school and, continue to pay on loans that put me through school. I'm proud to be the son of a woman who worked her butt off for 30 plus years in a steel mill to make sure I could go to college. She would not let me go work in that steel mill because she was like, that steel mill is going to close. And you know what? If I don't went and worked that steel mill closed.
Yep.
She was right. And she's like, I can't pay for college, but you're going. Yep. Or you're going to go do something, but you're not going to come in here and, shove ovens, a 4-block at the coal handler at AK Steel Coke plant. You're not going to do that. Never once have I said I'm proud of a political affiliation. No way anybody would ever be proud of something like that, because I guarantee you don't agree with everything the party does.
Not at all.
No one can. No one can.
Right.
So why would we let it divide us so much?
Yeah.
Just get back to decency. And if you can't figure out how to talk to someone or communicate with it, don't talk, just go out and volunteer. Just go out and help a kid and see how much better you feel. Maybe you walk away from it for a little while.
I agree.
There's only 2 people I give a hard time about being a Democrat. That's my mom and Doug Malone.
Yeah.
That's my new stepdaddy.
That's Daddy, yeah.
But
Love you guys.
He always has to throw that in
He
there.
does.
I'm telling you, I just thought on that.
Oh, Lordy.
but your mom, it's a great example. And you know how I feel about your mom. I think the world of your mom.
She's
And if
she's
anybody
great.
in the world, and I know you're registered politics as well, you stay attuned to that when you're.
He said he looks all this stuff up because he came in ready for a fight.
No, I've got an app on my phone. I know everybody's. I know your birthday, the year of your birth, how many elections you voted. There's an app that tells you every bit of that. And that's, as an elected official, you gotta stay in tune to stuff like that, and you gotta know things. And how would you feel if someone decided not to talk to your mom or communicate with her or had a feeling about her solely because of her political party? Where does that person rank in your life?
Well, I think I rank pretty well in my life.
Really?
Hey, you ask him. To this day, you never know what I'm always
Mom,
gonna say.
actually, my mom and father, they disagreed a lot on a lot of things. Mom absolutely loves reunion, and she has done a lot of great things. I mean, she has done things nationally. They before Biden went out of office, there was a law that passed, and Mom was ahead of that. Very proud of her for the things.
Absolutely, she's amazing.
She is amazing. I mean, look, you know me and how hard I am to deal with sometimes. I was the best of the 4 kids.
Oh, bless her heart.
She, poor thing.
Yeah.
But she
Bless
is
her heart.
Bless her heart.
Whew.
absolutely wonderful lady. Love her to death.
But that's what I'm saying. You know her. So if someone judged her solely
Oh, I
because
get
of a
it.
letter next to her name, what to me, like, I look at anybody like that and it was like, you're not even someone that I would communicate with. Like, there's nothing you can do to provide substance in my life or make this a beneficial relationship
Right.
if you're looking at the first mom of Athalia and saying she's anything less than amazing because of her political affiliation.
Right.
Just doesn't matter.
They obviously don't know her.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
It's just like people on here that like to talk about me that absolutely does not know me.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, it's the same thing with all that, and that's
Oh,
what,
and I know you get it
and
too.
that's the thing. I love it when people don't want to face controversy, and I'm like, every day I make half the people I see mad at me. Every day. That's the nature of my job. Someone's going to win and someone's going to lose every day. And the people that win today, they may lose tomorrow, and they won't remember they won yesterday. They're just going to be mad too. Eventually, they're all mad. But you can go in there and try to appease people and not be effective, or you can go in there and do your job knowing that. And the best that I can hope for is, like, you may not like what I've done in here, but at least please respect what I've done. That this is what I believe is the best answer. It doesn't matter who you are, and I always point out, Lady Justice, there is elements of every Lady Justice statue that run through all of them, and the blindfold is one of them. Because it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what station you are in life. When you are in front of the court, none of that is supposed to matter. The facts and the law are the only two things that matter. It doesn't matter how much money you got in the bank. Doesn't matter your political affiliation. Doesn't matter if you're a king or a queen or a peasant. Shouldn't matter. That's what that blindfold's for. And you try to do it, and then you come, and then it's like, well, he was in cahoots with. No, I'm not in cahoots with anybody. I've been down at the basketball gym all night. Like, I literally, and that's the same thing. Oh, Willie, you got a back room day. No, just literally trying to start a library here. There's no grand conspiracy. Or then I get told, well, the judge wrote the law. That I don't write the law. That's the legislature. That's civics. Civics is a lost art. And I wish we had more emphasis of that in school. And I don't think it's the teachers. That's not. I think it's state curriculum has cut that out a lot. The basic workings of government aren't understood by the majority of the people. If you think the trial court in one of the 88 counties in Ohio is writing the law, you don't understand how the law works. I have to follow the law as it is written. I can only put my stamp on the law as if you bring a unique issue to me that I don't have a law for that. Then I can try to take from other laws, but that's not law for the state. That does not. It doesn't become law through a court until the Ohio Supreme Court decides it. Then it covers all 88 counties. It would only cover Lawrence County if I said it. We don't write the law. We apply the law, and we try to do that even-handedly. And your lawmakers in the legislature's going to pass it. The governor's going to sign it and execute it, and then the executive branch is going to enforce it, and the courts are going to interpret it. That's what we do. That's it in a nutshell. But not a lot. There's a large segment of people out there that don't understand the basics of that, and they put. And I know you get it too. You either gotta go a thick skin fast and let it get. My wife we laugh about that all the time, and I don't know if you guys are like that too, but I had to quit reading political comments about me. At first I read them, and you would get mad, and it's like they have no idea what they're never in the courtroom. They never see what actually goes on, but they'll tell you everything you did wrong after you got out of the court. And they read it, and it's none of it's right, none of it's factually based. They attribute that, and so I was like, the only way I can do it is like, hey, this is going to drive me insane. I just got to stop. I know what I'm doing, and I got a record of what I'm doing. If you want to come read the transcript, come on in and read it, or come to court. Court's open.
Yeah, court's open.
You're bored on a Wednesday, come in and sit down. I can come to Mayor's Court and watch Mayor's Court all night, Kenna, with your favorite judge, Derek Fisher.
Yes.
Yeah, I can do it every night. So.
Hi, Derek.
Yeah. Love you.
I get
love you,
I
Fish.
get what both of you are all saying.
But Deanna would read it.
Yeah.
So since she would get mad and she'd read it, and I'd sit there and I was trying to be nice, and she's like, I can't believe they said, and then finally I looked over and said, babe, I don't read this for a reason, and it's not doing me any good for you to read it to me. So, like, you either need to stop as well, because I can't read this stuff anymore. But she gets madder than I do.
Yes.
Because she knows how much it means to me and how much I bring that stuff home with me. And she watches the struggle internally, and she knows she can't help because it's my burden, and I got to take it. And I'm not asking anybody to carry my burden, but man, she's protective.
Yes.
And she gets mad, and then I had to ask her. I was like, you either stop reading or stop reading them to me. But I can't. It's not healthy. See, and you get the same thing in the Little Village.
This is another political thing you two have to see that I don't. But yet I've got the Ryan Chapmans, the Tony Blacks, and they throw all their stuff.
Yeah, but thank God, because I don't know if I could deal with any of them coming out.
Oh my gosh, trust me.
I like Ryan where he's at. Just don't come at me,
It's
Ryan.
not easy to put up.
Ryan's great when he's somebody else's problem.
Oh my gosh, he's wore me out for years.
I will give that man credit, though. I've only ever had to call him a couple times for help, and every time I called him for help, he was always spot on.
What, he sent somebody to help do whatever you needed help with?
stood in front of his driveway with a shovel and watched everybody else do it.
He actually showed up.
And did he stand there like this while
I don't know what. All I know
that's
is
all I ever
all
seen
I
do it.
know is I had a friend down at the court that was having a problem that no one would fix, and I said I know a guy that maybe know, and I called him, and the next day the guy came in. He said they were there within a half hour, and they got everything taken care of. So I don't know what I know. I made one call to Mr. Chapman, and the next day the guy told me everything was.
I've actually got a picture on my phone somewhere. He helped me strap the Christmas tree on top of my car once.
See?
Oh boy.
Hey, so we've got. I like my relationship with him.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I don't know why Bill's got such a problem with him.
I've had to deal with him for years, years. So I have a different aspect of him. So, well, let's talk about real quick Carl Bowen's the probation vehicles. Have you checked those out lately, Andy?
They are sharp, aren't they?
Wow, I'm glad you've noticed.
They are sharp.
Carl Bowen, appreciate you, brother.
Hey, let me move out of the way so you can pat yourself on the back.
Could you pat my? Oh man.
He is. I'll give a shout out to him too, because that man works.
Carl Bowen's a great
Carl
guy.
works in the background every day and doesn't ever get the credit he deserves. And that all that stuff that we were talking about with the probation department, that just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I'm the big idea guy, and you you got to have those that feel like I will come in and say, I want this, and for 10 years, Carl Bowen has looked at me with every idea I've had and said, we can do that. Whatever it was, no matter how
that's
crazy
his
it
attitude.
was. And but working with him in collaboration, like one of the things we did lately, I've done probably the last 3 or 4 years, I asked the probation department to sit down and say, what are some of the common things like that we're dealing with our individuals on probation that are barriers, like for them to move forward? Driver's licenses, not having their license, or how holding steady employment, all that. So we put a program in that we do on my side in the court that I give you, let's say for example, as easy as it comes, first offense, nonviolent crime, I give you on a felony 5, which is lowest felony, I give you 24 months probation. You're on probation for 2 years. But you can knock off a year or a month up to 6 months for benchmarks. And I told them, I said, you guys define the benchmarks. You all figure out what you struggle with in dealing with our people on probation, and we're going to encourage them. So if you go get your driver's license while you're on that 2-year probation, you can knock a month of your probation off. And I'll give you up to 6 benchmarks, and when it's all said and done, you can get off probation in 18 months. And I got this from a friend of mine who's a judge up in Wood County. He allows people to turn in community service hours, like if they go to the library and read to their child, and have somebody at the library acknowledge it. He puts that down for community service hours, and he's like, what better thing to do than take your kid to the library?
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
innovative things like that. So anytime I come to Carl with an idea like that, we'll do it.
Hey, wonder how good they are at washing cars.
The
Probation, yeah.
They are, I'm sure, fantastic.
We might have to.
But it's never going to happen, Bill Grimm. See, it's good to be the government. But
real quick, Douglas Malone, I'm watching. Just throw that out there.
But moving past you for a second and back over to you, you need any probationers to help you up here with community projects in Athalia.
Yeah.
When you don't have enough coming from your mayor's court, we send them all over the county. And for anybody out there, we do the cleanup days. Those are our guys out there. I know Judge Capper usually sends some up too, but all those people helping load those dumpsters at the fairground for the Rome Township cleanup down at Union down there. Those are a lot of those individuals are people working double or triple time because I try to swing it because they need such manpower for those days. And when it's done, man, they come out and it's like everybody's like, this was awesome. Like those guys were great. They worked their tail off. And going back to the story earlier, we're talking about with the felons and the doctors and everybody. It's like the therapeutic value for those guys to come off because that day they're no different than anybody else, and everybody out there is working for the common good of building that field for the benefit of children. And it's healthy. It's healthy for all of them.
Gotcha. Now let me ask this: with your court, okay? I know Capper down here has a YouTube channel. Do you have a YouTube channel?
No, we do not.
We're not allowed to do that, maybe?
We can. I just haven't figured out a way that So I've done a lot of technology upgrades in the court over the years, and my focus really has been, so it was twofold. One, it was emergent, and we had to do it because of COVID. I will say it here proudly today and say, my court never took a day off during COVID. We figured it out from day one.
Heck yeah.
Wonderful.
And
Good job.
you know, my right hand down at the court, Miss Talitha Patterson, she always said, and here's another one, maybe a T-shirt idea, because she at least wears it. She's like, I'm gonna get a tote that says "Crime don't stop" or "COVID don't stop crime," and that was it. And we had to, so the jail had to get set up, and the courtroom had to get set up. So we did it very like as fast as we could to get it to work. And then over the years, we've enhanced everything to have a really, really good system that with TVs and, you know, Zoom and piping people in, and the audio is amazing because of all that. But that has always been the priority, and the priority wasn't to broadcast.
Gotcha.
It was to make it right. So we will get to that, but I want it done right.
Yep,
like
I
I want
understand.
the right cameras, and I want all that. But I love it. I love that you can get on.
Yeah.
There has been times before I've waited for attorneys to appear on my court on video. That I know they're either a Monday or Friday with Judge Capper, and if I can't get them on the phone to say where are you, we'll log on to YouTube to see if they're actually there. Yeah, and we're like, hey, we need you now. Your defendant's in the room. So great stuff like that.
2020 COVID year. I'll never forget that till the day I die. You got COVID in the car, bring it to me. I'll clean it out. My best year in the world as far as detailing.
I can
Everybody wanted their cars
I
clean,
can
the
imagine.
interior to get all that clean. You know,
You know,
it was cleanliness.
A
You know,
COVID.
So it helped me. You know.
I bet there are people be out there laughing about this because they'll know where it's coming from too. COVID was what really started my dissatisfaction with social media and just getting frustrated all the time. And I used to always make the joke that said the one thing COVID showed me is that we ought to feel blessed that we live in a community with so many legal and medical experts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody was a doctor and everybody
Yeah.
was a lawyer. Yeah. And constantly telling you what can be do, what this does. It's like, I will never take my legal advice or my medical advice off of anybody posting on Facebook. Just ain't gonna happen.
I mean, I don't even know why we need the ORC. Everybody knows how to run a police
There
department.
you go. Yeah, you know what the law is.
That year COVID went down, we were basically locked in our houses. We couldn't leave basically the house. I mean, you know, it was a lockdown thing. And I'll never forget, that's where my block party started.
Yep.
And I had music, you know, I've always got my music and stuff going. And the whole block come outside. Everybody was dancing in front of their houses and stuff. We had one house down the road.
We drove over by that. We were over there with the Flynn's.
There was one house down the road. I'm not going to throw them under the bus, say who they were, but Mr. Lawless had to call me that day. He said, Bill, we've got a little lady down the street says there's too many people together in one of certain houses. So, yeah, kind of, but one of those, type of things. But he was like, I really appreciate you doing what you're doing, you know. So
the absurdity, and I don't know if it was right or wrong. Again, I'm not an expert on any of this, but I look back and my 13-year-old, Gavin, his 13th birthday in April, post-COVID restrictions, and it was a drive-by, like all of these wonderful community members and his friends' parents went down to the locks and lined up. And they had like spray foam and stuff because we had to keep social distancing. Yep. And they all sat down there and they cheered as I got him one of those little, like one of those little Korean motorsport scooters for his 13th birthday. And I put him on the back of it. I said, let's go take a ride. I'm going to show you how to ride. And put him on the back and we zipped down to the locks and we got down there and everybody was lined up and they covered him. And it was awesome that they did it, but it was heartbreaking. That that was but now here's the thing though with COVID too, and I hate to say this because it sounds like I'm not sympathetic, but a lot of people lost loved ones. And I mean, it was horrible. Regardless how you feel about all that stuff, people died, and that's horrible.
Yeah, it is.
But for families like mine that didn't suffer losses, we were locked in a house. We got a new puppy that we raised during that time. Someone was home every day. That's the most well-adjusted, best dog in the world because it was always with us. He got us through COVID that we had this puppy. And we ate dinner together every night, and no one had anything to go do, and there was no practice. And I know we lost a year, but my God, there were some aspects of that that I didn't think I was ever going to have with my family.
I mean,
I will never take that for granted.
We weren't really doing our thing yet at that point in time, so I had to I was one of those busybodies, had to go out and do. So I created things. I mean, I was doing the block party. We had, do you remember the drive-up dance party I had when I had everybody dancing and stuff out in front on their park or in their driveways? Yeah. I mean, I was trying to come every way in the world to come up with things just to make it fun, and I don't know. I'm just one of those that always got to be doing something. But it was a good time.
But you were doing it one, because it's who you are, but two, the community had a need.
Yes,
Like you had to do
yes.
something.
Yeah,
If
everybody
it
was-
wasn't for little things like that, man.
Everybody just needed
There
to
was
get out of the
nothing.
You had
house.
to break that monotony.
Yes, walks. We took walks.
Yes.
Every night we took walks, and we just got to go have walks.
Yep, I know.
And you didn't have to worry about getting back for something because there was no ball practice
Yep,
that night.
yep.
And little thing. We put a travel ball team together that year, playing under COVID restrictions. We played 32 baseball games that year because no one was playing baseball, and there were a few teams scattered about, and no one was using the Little League field, and we just used the Little League. That's when the Rome Raiders started.
Yeah, I remember
That's when
that.
Chris
I-
Nicole.
yep,
We had taken those 10-year-olds. My son, that's a junior now, to the state champion. We won the district as 10-year-olds.
Okay.
And we were coming back for our 11-year-old year, and COVID shut it down. And they were like, well, the fields are free if you guys want to do something. And we started that day calling, and every kid from that all-star team committed to play. And Chris went to USSSA and started the Rome Raiders and insured it. And we had a practice, and they all showed up, and they all had their little masks on, and we're out there on the field, and we had 32 baseball games in that
Heck
summer.
yeah.
Just playing, and it was the greatest time ever too, because parents had to stay in their cars.
Right.
It was awesome.
Yeah,
There was no one at the field. It was just kids playing
That
ball.
would have been cool.
Everyone was just sitting in their car, and you didn't have no one yelled at an umpire the whole
Yeah.
year except me and Chris. Yeah.
That would have been really
It's
cool.
like watching the Sandlot out there in Parkville.
Yeah, there you go.
It was on TV screen, couldn't holler at it.
Yeah. That's all. That's something too that you guys ought to work in conjunction with our Little League. That's something I think would be real fun. A lot of communities around here do Sandlot Sundays. When the summertime and that's going on, just pick up baseball games. They'll come down, play kickball or baseball or
Right.
something. Throw the music on.
I think we're planning on coming down, setting up at one of their games one Saturday or something.
Yeah,
We'll
Ricky
do that.
Shifka.
Yes, Ricky. Yeah, hey.
Hey, if you need insurance,
Ricky
Ricky
Shifka.
Shifka, State Farm.
Brockville, Ohio.
Not Jake. Ricky.
That's right.
So he's doing the Little League thing, and they're doing some kind of a tournament during the summer, and he's wanting us to come down and set up the
good.
podcast
Yeah,
booth. So
man.
we'll go down there and the winning team or something, or bring kids in after and have some fun with that. So we're looking forward to that. That's
Fantastic.
going to be a good time. It's going to be a great time.
So I think with us, with Unhitched, I think our next, probably what? At the Community Day? Is that our next one? We'll probably be down there at the Bingo
We're
Hall.
setting up at the Bingo Hall Community Day.
What day is that, Wyatt?
The 28th.
28th. See,
Yeah,
he's
he's been practicing on that.
He has been practicing, that boy.
And then May 9th, we'll be set up at the Parkville Fairgrounds, or Lawrence County Fairgrounds, at the Growers Getting Dirty Spring Fair. We're going to have a car sitting out there with our logo on it, $10. You can go out there with a sledgehammer and hit it 10 times, raise some money like
yeah.
that.
yeah.
Kind of keep driving this
Old
thing.
school stuff.
And
Bring
then
it back.
bring kids in, and some of the things going on there, like we'll bring them in, talk to them about their booze and
We're
about
gonna
the
have both.
season. We'll have everything going.
Yeah.
So you can go down and get a snow cone that day.
Oh, yes.
You know what you ought to do too before
Tell
you
us.
bring back?
Tell us.
Because you got access to a lot of cars.
Yes.
Like I see your deals pop up every
We
once
do,
in a while.
yes.
Yeah. Remember the old ones where you pay like $100 to enter, and the last person takes their hand off the car gets the car?
Ooh.
We haven't seen one of those in a long time. Remember,
Ooh.
they used to have those, and they would
Yeah.
go hours and hours and
That
hours.
is true.
As long as you had a hand on the car,
That
you're
is
still in the
true.
game. But if you charged, like I might throw you $100. I wouldn't do it, but I would pay. I might sponsor somebody
Sponsor to do it.
$100 to sit there. You could win a car for $100.
Aaron Hicks.
If you've got enough people
Yeah.
to pay the money,
Yeah.
cover the cost of the car,
Yeah.
maybe a little extra to go in the coffers for the community
Yeah,
good.
that could-
Aaron Hicks used to be one of my police officers. He works down at the auctions there at Capital City. Keep me an eye out for a decent car, maybe something we can fix up and do that with. I think it's fun.
That'd be
fun.
I think that would be so much fun.
We could do an event just for that. Like
Yep.
maybe go down to the fairgrounds, do a drive-in movie, and then like start with this, have
Yeah.
a drive-in movie, and then just sell
Is
on
there
this.
any way we can legally move away from your police auction to a hand contest for the cars in the impound lot?
If the money went to the village.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Man. All these-
If the money went to the village.
You could go do it, and then we could maybe put a concession trailer up, because that would be good
Yes.
entertainment. I go down and watch everybody in the impound lot trying to win
Wow.
cars.
Yeah, right there in town. Then
Yeah.
we could run the plates on their cards and see if anyone's got a warrant.
And most of them, we always laughed in Ironton when Tudor's opened across from the courthouse. There was literally a line around the block, and we were like, man, if anybody in law enforcement really wanted to go pick up some people right now, You could just go warrant check that line at Tudor's,
Yep.
and we would probably have about 15 people.
Funny story, and I don't like talking about Mayor's Court because that's them. They called me last week, and somebody just left court, and they got stuck in the lot beside us, and they was trying to push them out and everything, and they send me a picture of this car because it's in my neighbor's lot, and I'm like, man, we've already got to fix his lot for him. So they're trying to push this car, and he sends me a picture of it, and I'm like, impounded. They said, why? I said, tags are dead. They came to court with dead tags and then got stuck.
Yeah, of course they did.
But no, they didn't impound the car.
He's rough.
He is rough. He is rough.
Tyrant.
They're causing me money. I got to fix the neighbor's lot
These
now.
past couple weeks, he's been kind of grouchy. I've had to put up with a lot.
It may be that Proctorville water.
I think it has something to do with that, yes. For sure.
It's not award winning.
Hey, speaking of Lonnie and discontent, that's a good looking cup you got there.
Man, that is a good looking
I've
cup.
got one myself.
I've got one. Samantha, you got one? Wyatt's got one.
Wyatt's got one. Who don't have one? Oh, look here. Look, what do we got here?
Straight from Glitter and Grease Tumblers.
Yes.
I survived getting unhitched with Bill and Willie.
There you go, brother. That is
Well,
yours.
that will replace my coffee
There
mug
you
in the
go,
morning
man.
that I've been drinking on all day today.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Again,
Now you
Let
can,
me-
every time you take a drink of coffee, you can see your third favorite mayor.
that's good. I appreciate that.
Least likely mayor to come across your court.
You got a smiley face out of me on that
Andy,
comment.
Andy,
That was a good
I'm
one.
telling you, that's the more I think of this, is this why do I put myself through this?
I agree.
But, you
Remember
know,
when I was talking
here I
about the
am.
mental health issues
Yes,
earlier?
yes.
I've got people you can talk
I'm
to.
the face child for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He is a project.
He is definitely a
He's a
project.
project.
Amen. Amen.
Speaking of projects, I need to get your opinion on something. I
You
know
got
we
it.
don't want to keep it political, but with everything going on in Lawrence County and the outlying areas, you got AI centers. That's a problem. You hear everybody talking about rehabs, and you got the big natural gas plant and the electric plant going in, and all this stuff going on. Why do you think the Ironton Giovanni's is the best Giovanni's in Lawrence County?
I don't.
Who do you think it is?
Coldgrove.
Absolutely.
I told you, Coldgrove.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
She said, "Why did you say Coldgrove?"
And I go to Ironton Giovanni's all the time, and I love the people there, and I am not losing weight because of that buffet. That buffet is amazing. But I grew up, I was an Ironton kid, but for a large part of that time, I lived at my grandparents' house at the end of Pike Street, 622 Pike Street, and 532-8294 is the number for Coldgrove Giovanni's.
Look at you.
And my
Yes.
mother, who I said worked shift work, that fed me a lot of nights.
Gotcha.
Was
10
10-inch pepperoni pizza and a large sub, no onions. And that was the go-to meal.
Have you ever tried their cauliflower crust pizza?
No, because I am a little too manly for that. In general.
My guy.
Wow.
My
I
guy.
also eat meat.
Yeah, there
No,
boy.
meat's
There
good.
boy.
See, my Romeo's pizza,
I'll put you. Look at that.
my Romeo's pizza was a meat lovers because
Yeah.
you get all your protein with the meat lovers, but the cauliflower crust is it's so much more crisp. No sauce.
I'm just glad you
I'm,
said
I'm,
cold.
not,
honey.
I'm not afraid of carbs.
I am.
Yeah, I'm not. You should be. 'cause
Well,
you're
I'm
extremely
better.
overweight.
I'm better on fuel injection.
Yeah. No, to tell you the God's honest truth, I've never had a cauliflower crust pizza because I have no reason to ever order one.
Right.
Like I would try it, and I'm sure it's good. But
Well, my
Really?
big thing is I've dropped 50 pounds in the last year.
and that is
Feel absolutely awesome. I'm not on any blood pressure medication, even though everybody on here tries to keep me on it. I feel great. I'm healthy. I'm going to be around for a long time. Keep throwing your shots. So
wow.
Wow. See what I'm saying?
Was it salsa and milk? Table two.
There's something in that pizza. I'm telling you, it's in this drink.
There's that discontent.
It's that water. Proctorville. It's more than wet, I think.
I'm sorry. We're still alive.
Yeah.
So, but no, it felt great. Changed my whole lifestyle. It's absolutely awesome.
I talked to a good friend of mine. It was actually solicited commentary yesterday because a girl at the office wanted to ask him. He had stopped eating sugar, and he stopped eating sugar for a while. And she said, "I wanted to know, did you quit all sugar or?" And he's like, "Yeah." And then he went on with, he's like, I've stopped eating sugar. I started feeling better immediately, like not having joint pain. He said, I'm trying to eat 100 grams of protein a day. He said, eggs are your best friend. Don't listen to what anybody says, and you should be eating 6 a day.
Eggs, bacon, and sunshine was good for you as a kid.
He's like, I've cut out sugar. I'm trying to do all this stuff. He's like, I'm only eating sourdough bread, and it will only be 4-ingredient sourdough. If it's got anything other than 4 ingredients, it doesn't go home. And he's like, man, everything feels great. And then he's got me, on the other hand, that to make myself feel better, I have developed the theory that if you are over the age of 40 and still working out, you must have low self-esteem.
Okay.
That just makes me feel better because I don't know. Somebody asked me, I don't know if I can run anymore. Like, no one has chased me in so long, but I don't know if I remember how to run.
Who runs?
I don't work out.
That's
I
the
don't
worst
run.
thing in the world is run.
I don't. These people that get up and go to the gym every morning, and I got a bunch of friends, man, God bless them, because I'm
going to stop you there because Monday I'm back at it.
Good for you.
I had a little injury, a little mishap happen.
Because he's afraid
no
to play me
words
at
out of this
basketball.
guy, but I'm not fully recouped from it, but it is what it is. I'm going back Monday, and I'm getting back on my regimen like he is. So.
I tried lifting weights before I determined that they're heavy.
They are definitely heavy, and you won't see me doing that.
And I don't run unless somebody chases me.
I'll walk on the treadmill, ride the bike, do all the different exercise machines and stuff, but I ain't doing lifting, and you ain't ever going to see this guy running.
Yeah,
I can tell you that right now.
If it came to it, I would be more inclined to change my diet than
well, no, that goes along with
I would do that.
Have to I would do that. Might I add, there is a great salad over at Texas Roadhouse, the Caesar chicken salad. If you've never had it, I urge you to grab that one these days.
Do you eat that before you eat the steak?
No, I don't eat any.
And the baked
when
potato?
I go, that's all I eat. Right?
That's all he eats, and
I love it.
I always get the salmon.
Yeah, he does. He gets the salmon.
The salmon's absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Dennis Leary said one time, and I always loved it because I loved Dennis Leary as a comedian. You remember when he came out in the 90s?
Yeah, he's hilarious.
His stuff was great, those stand-up shows. But he always said, if God didn't want us to eat cows, he wouldn't have made them out of hamburger.
100%.
I agree. So I want to eat the steak when I go.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
And if that may offend people, but I don't. I'm kind of like you on that ground. So
I think they should name your hamburger like they did the Cokes.
Not going to stop eating it.
Yeah, I used to get the Coke with your name on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I wish they'd do that to hamburger. Who am I eating today?
Oh, have mercy. Oh, Andy.
What?
I love it. We did get him a little unhitched tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That's
and you didn't have to break up a fight.
That's true. Notice I was positioned between you guys
and
this evening.
We were both a little intimidated by you, so we decided to behave.
That's right. Them arms
That's not it.
Yeah. I got it. Like I said, I got to give it to
Censor, do we have
the world of
a
fish?
picture?
Kind of hard to argue that.
Grab that for me here.
What am I grabbing?
That picture right there. We got a picture of. So I just want to, while he's getting this, I want to tell you. We marker is over in that. You see that marker in that bag over there? Grab that marker for me. So we've got a thing here. We've got a picture that's taken of all of us together before the show, and we're going to get you to autograph this. And it's going to look right here, up here on the wall.
Awesome.
Now, I want to show you something. Yep. Remember what I told you whenever we were going to bring you on the show, right? You were going to be the what guest?
The first.
And do you know that somebody made me
What'd you end up being?
The second guest?
What'd you end up being?
For a reason. It was done for a reason.
Yeah.
So,
Who book landed?
Landon McGraw
Who book landed?
had to go first. I don't know who it was, but
Who book landed?
I'm just saying. Anyway.
Second favorite
the
judge.
second favorite judge is going second guest on the show.
Right.
How that works, I don't know.
That's all right.
I don't know. So,
I know my place in life. Mayor.
But I do want to go back on something you said earlier in the show. You said there's not going to be a man come on a white horse and save everybody.
Yeah.
Pink
yes,
Pony
there
Club.
is.
Yes, there is.
No, not the Pink Pony Club.
It's you.
But yes, one day a man is going to come on a great white horse, and we're all going to answer.
Yeah, but the thing about it is, at that point, all the problems are going to be solved.
That's right, one way or another.
You like sweet tea?
No.
I hate sweet tea.
Well, then I wouldn't drink that.
Oh, God.
Let's rephrase that then, Willie, because you are correct. There is no mortal coming to save all of us.
Yes.
That ain't going to happen.
That is very true.
Yeah.
Very, very true.
And those of us who are sitting around waiting for somebody to do that, You're going to be waiting a long time, so you might as well
That
just
is
get
the
in
true
the
version.
game and
That's
help
the true
yourself.
version of a sheep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you might as well just get in the game and help yourself.
That's
So,
almost bad.
But yeah, I can't believe kudos to the Colgrove Giovanni's thing. Shout out to all my
Hey,
Giovanni, because
so-
I've never met a Giovanni's I
Let me
don't
ask-
like,
So,
but Colgrove was mine.
have you ate the South Point one before?
Oh yeah,
So,
South Point does some real.
shout out to my uncle Larry Grimm. He taught me to do this, and every time I go down there to visit, at the South Point, now nobody else does this. If you tell them you want, let me make sure I'm telling you this right. You want extra sausage on the outside of the cheese and run it twice.
Run it twice.
You'll tell me thank you
wow.
next time you say it. I
Someone
promise you.
always told me, and I don't know if this is true or not, because people don't tell the truth sometimes.
What?
But it was explained to me that the differences in the Giovanni's most of the time is the oven. Like I guess
I
there's
can see that.
some older gas ovens, and maybe the newer ones are electric,
I
maybe,
could see
and the
that.
ones that have stayed gas, people tend to like that. I don't know. It's part of me. Like I love hot dogs too. I'm a huge hot dog
I
fan.
miss hot dogs.
And you don't eat hot dogs anymore?
I miss hot dogs.
You don't eat hot dogs and eat cauliflower crust. My son would say you're sus.
Ah.
Just saying. It's a little sus.
That's
But
that's
moving
bussin'
on.
There. That's bussing.
I could go eat hot dogs anywhere in Huntington, and I love all those places. But like, if I want to go pick one, I'm probably going to Frost Top. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to eat a hot dog at.
Well, I'm a
Stewart's.
midway, and I'm a midway.
Midway. I love them all.
You've not named my favorite yet.
But my hot dog.
Food fair.
Food fair. Have
Food
you
fair,
ever had it?
I have.
I'm telling you, bro.
But
you
again,
can't go wrong with it.
Growing up in Colt Grove, right down the road from us, is Mr. Freddie Hayes.
Yep.
And Mr. Freddie Hayes bought Melvin's Freezette.
Freezette, yep.
And it's Colt Grove Freezette
Yep.
now, but Melvin's Freezette was where we walked.
Yep.
And we got hot dog, and they brought that sauce recipe back.
Mhm.
And I love L&J
Yep.
down there.
Yep.
I love Shake Shop, well, Shakery now. I don't go to the Shake Shop anymore. I only go to the Shakery.
Gotcha.
I will not stop at the Shake Shop anymore once I hit Gallipolis
Mhm.
because of
Yes.
all that stuff. Yeah,
Yep.
I am Team Shakery,
Gotcha.
100%.
Gotcha.
And it's all great. It's all different. But Melvin's, now Colt Grove, was my hot dog. And that Giovanni's was my Giovanni's. And that's just part of my youth.
I get it.
Like we talked about earlier. And that's how I felt when I moved up here to the East End. I didn't know Romeo's. And I love Romeo's, and I'm so glad they're a sponsor. Their pizza is amazing.
Their pizza is amazing.
But the people from this end of the county were like that, how I was with having Colt Grove Giovanni's down the street.
Yep.
You guys had Romeo's,
Yeah.
and it was, and I love that too because that's a sweet sauce.
Yes.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm a sucker for that.
There, Joe Catalona used to help with that pizza place a long time ago, and we was real good friends. And he was making sauce one day, and I could not believe the amount of sugar that is in that sauce. And that's
Really?
but I love it.
Yeah,
it was
it's on
so
DJ.
good.
I am a Canova guy.
So you're
Everoni's.
Everoni's.
So
Yeah.
that is sweet sauce.
And there you go. And Everoni's, I've probably been to, you could count on one hand, all the
What?
times I've been on Everoni's. And
Same.
every time I've left Everoni's, it's like, why don't we come back here? I don't know why. It's not my thing.
I love
Everoni's
it.
is not my thing.
I grew up.
But you
on
know
it,
what
and
I
that's-
used to eat down in Canova that I loved?
What?
Bowinkles.
Oh, 100%. Best
had
ice
one in
cream
the
in the world.
plaza,
Best
too.
ice cream in the world.
I
Love
love
that place.
Bowinkles.
Yeah, that was good.
We were so some. I know you guys got to wrap up. So I'm gonna. Well, or maybe you don't. But how about
I don't
this?
work tomorrow.
I had the greatest text message last night from a friend. Shout out to my buddy Mike Lykoff, who's a magistrate down the court. But he just randomly sent a text last night that said, if you could have any food from a place that no longer exists, one meal, what is it?
I know exactly what mine will be.
Man, I literally, I was like, I don't know. It'd be like one of 5 things that I went to. Like, I would have to sit down. There was a place in Ironton called Stone's Bar and Grill that was amazing. And CR's was right down there, too. Like, both of those. Do you remember the original original Fiesta Bravo.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Up at the Huntington Mall,
that's the
where
one
the
up.
Olive Garden just had the little fountain in the walk-down area.
Yes, sir.
And when you got the beef burrito, it was just a big burrito with sauce and cheese.
Crazy you're saying that.
That's all it was.
Exactly what
I don't want any
saying.
lettuce or beans or rice. I want that big burrito
Yep.
with sauce and cheese and their chips and sauce.
Yep.
That was on the list.
Or the cafeteria in the up at the mall. What was that called? Morrison's Cafeteria.
Morrison's?
That
Oh
was
my
good.
God, I forgot all about
that.
Morrison's.
Was so good back in the day.
My college days, where I fell in love with it, man, those late night trips to Dwight's in Huntington.
Yes.
I've had a couple of late nights at the White.
God, I love Dwight's. And like
There's steak hoagie.
what's Waffle House? It's not that, but it wasn't. It's not Dwight.
It wasn't
There's
Dwight.
something about Dwight.
Right.
In Coal Grove.
The Whites, it was you was afraid to make eye contact with the people beside you.
Yeah.
They're either going to stab you or
I
try to
feel
take you
that.
home.
I feel that way right now. But moving on.
Why? Quit looking at it.
Another thing growing up that we had a 24-hour diner in Coal Grove attached to the what used to be Super America. Remember, we always had Super America
America.
Speedway.
Yes.
Plaza 52.
Yep.
24-hour diner with breakfast, and you could, I mean, the plaza was great. Yeah. And you remember all these restaurants too? There were smoking sections.
Oh yeah.
And like our kids have no idea about that.
The old Ponderosa there, and
there was
yeah.
there was no like wall or anything. It was just like that guy can smoke, but you can't.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it didn't matter. And it was all smoke.
Yeah.
That's all you walked in. It was all
Made
smoke.
no sense.
Ashland, Columbia Steakhouse. Did you read at Columbia?
I don't know if I did.
They had
that one.
McClure's also.
No, I remember that.
McClure's.
Damon's over in the Huntington. Remember when it was over there?
Remember
That
Damon's.
was one of the guys on that text message. He said, "I'm going to go get the sampler prior at Damon's."
That was
it.
That has a good rib.
I always like the Olivers over there.
Ooh, that's
Oliver's
Oliver's was
great.
a good one too, for sure.
And Dale's in Couple S this morning.
Dale's, you remember that? You literally had a cubicle. Is that what you
Oh,
call
stood
that?
in it,
and
and
Rotate.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you didn't go,
It was down by where
Where the
Tractor
auction, where the car
Supply
auction
is.
is.
Yes.
Yeah, down there. It was back
Yep.
in the corner.
Yep.
Goodness.
One of the
I
last
forgot
times
about
I've been there was when Coach Carroll took our class on a field trip, and we went to the locks and dams and went down to Point Pleasant, and we came back to Dale's.
that. He just wanted to go to Dale's.
I think so.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're going to go look at a locks and dams, but we're going to stop at the buffet on the way. Yeah.
I remember I had the big jam box
But
in the
didn't
back
they
of the bus playing Beastie Boys.
just ignore him. Go on.
I don't want to ignore it. I can visualize it.
Yeah.
We also had and you guys, I don't know if you had them up in Huntington because I didn't spend a lot of time on this end of the county growing up, but over in Ashland, we had a Murphy's Mart,
Yes.
and it had a lunch counter.
Okay.
And you could go in and get like a club sandwich,
Yep,
and it
okay.
was on the side, and that place was great. Like any little thing like that.
So I was telling you earlier, my dad worked at Kmart down there.
You used to be able to eat at Kmart.
Remember the cafeteria?
Yeah.
Oh
Used to-
man.
My
I
neighbor
was-
worked in the cafeteria, but the lady that I grew
Yeah.
up next to her, she worked in the cafeteria, and we'd always get free food.
Yep.
We talked about one. We talked about one that there was a grocery store. We were talking about this in drug court today.
I didn't know he was a professional
What in the
wrestler.
world?
Pretty close. Yes.
Sami
Holy
Zayn.
cow.
There was
You're
a
coming after my title.
Bartram's grocery store, family-owned grocery store in Ironton.
Yeah.
That when you went through, you know how like grocery stores would give kids cookies or
Yes.
stuff like that.
Yes.
Bartram's gave you a raw hot dog. And we just walked through the store every
World.
day. And I said that today, and I looked over at one of the guys in drug court that's on the treatment team. I said, "You grew up in Ironton. Did you get a hot dog when you went?" Bartram, he said, "Every damn time." And they handed you a hot dog.
Who
at
had
the deli. And
the
you ate
the
a
old
hot dog.
the Cavalier hot dogs used to get them in the big box.
Yep.
That was the
Logan-
best raw hot
Logan's.
dog.
That's
That
Logan's.
was, yeah.
That's Logan's
Yep.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah, man. But that's just, I love that stuff.
Yeah.
And you sit there and you reminisce about all these restaurants and things like that, and going back in the day, and man, just to have that one more burrito.
And everybody here in
That's right.
Proctorville, they want the Bill Mack.
Bill Mack's
back.
Diner.
Now, what was that? I'm not familiar with that.
I was young, so I don't. You
I've
will
been
know.
there. Barbara Cook used to work there. My family was friends with them. Bill Mack's Diner is you're leaving Proctorville on the right across from the Dollar General, right across from Stevens Insurance.
Oh, okay.
That building there, that used to be a diner.
Okay.
And that was
the
the
one
place.
on the corner that's the real estate broker that's
No,
a bone
the big
cutter,
brick-
or
the
the
brick
brick building.
The big brick
We
building,
used
yeah.
to get my haircut there.
There you go.
Yeah, on
that's
the
it.
end.
Yep.
Yeah. All right.
Man,
You haven't had your haircut since they went out, have you?
No, that's COVID.
they
That's I always loved having longer hair, and then and I'd like sit there and cut it being a lawyer.
Man, you did have some long hair there for a while.
And then
hair.
I looked around and everybody had long hair all of a sudden. And I was like, "Why is your hair so long?" They're like, "Well, we're not going to get it cut because of COVID." And I was like, and this was like a year after COVID. I was like, "Well, then I'm going to grow back." And everybody says, "What? You're letting your hair get long?" I'm like, "Yeah, COVID, man." I was like, so it's COVID.
I used to have a big bushy mullet, like let's say David Lee Roth type, big hair, but it looked like a monkey's butt after I started going bald, so I quit.
And you asked me why you didn't have hair in that one picture on Facebook.
I'm not that bald.
You're pretty bald.
Well,
wow. I'd rather be bald than have a man bun.
I got a buddy that he's losing his hair, and we were giving him a hard time, and he said, "I'm not going bald, it's a cowlick." And I said,
how big was that thing's tongue?
If you mean a cow came in here and licked all the damn hair off your head, I would agree with you, but that's not what's going on here.
I bet that would feel amazing.
That is not what's going on here.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That would feel amazing.
Oh, whoa, this may be a good time to hit the rest of your sponsors and kind of
This is true.
Did you see that look of wonderment that just hit his eye?
My gosh.
Amanda Nickel, my favorite judge, LOL.
Say thank you.
Just got to show me up. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Had a girl.
Well, she may not have met Fish yet.
Right. Fish is pretty amazing. I want to get Derek on here.
You should. Derek would be great.
I want to get Derek on here. I think the world of Derek.
I do too.
He's got a dry sense of humor, but absolutely wonderful person. I think the world of him.
Derek is a
number one.
Derek is a fixer too. He's and that's what you need in that situation. He knows there's always a balancing act, when you're in those situations. And that's what I always used to tell everybody, because being village solicitor for Proctorville before I was elected judge, how many calls you get, man, I got a ticket. And I'm like, I understand, but here's the thing. That's a benefit to have that police force there, and it's a benefit to the resident, and that doesn't come for free.
Right.
And they have to, so if you don't want to pay, you probably should have got your tags renewed, or you probably shouldn't have ran the red light, or you probably shouldn't do that.
Yes.
But here's the thing, it also doesn't have to be a penalty you live with forever. There was a lot of times that you could look at the mayor's court judges, and they'd be like, well, look, here's the deal, this is the amount of the fine, and it can be a modified charge, and pay the money and don't do it again. And the money got paid, and they left happy, and the village left happy, and everybody was happy. And there's not a lot of situations that can happen. And you can't do that on every case.
No.
And you shouldn't do it on every case. But that's why you go in and argue cases.
Right.
If we had a system, there wouldn't be a point of it. You would just automatically get a fine. But you get your day in court. You get to go in and argue something.
Exactly.
And compromise. There's good ways to fix certain problems sometimes.
And, I've never addressed this publicly. I get a lot of people online. They wrote me a ticket for 3 miles over. Well, you wasn't doing 3 miles over. You was doing 10 plus miles over.
Yeah.
How you treat that cop whenever they write you that ticket is the reason they wrote you for 3, so you don't get points on your license. Mm-hmm. So anybody that says they only got pulled over for 3 miles an hour, they're lying. So,
and I'm going to chime in.
And that's just something that they do. Okay. You're not going to get points against your license. Come in, pay this ticket, and we're done.
I'm going to chime in real quick on this one. Facebook land, you all hear me saying this. Don't call me. I can't do nothing about the ticket, and I'm not going to tell him to do something about the ticket. Yeah. I don't like that, so I just want to stay out of it.
I say the same thing, too. I love it when people call me, and I'm like, that's not my court. It's like,
I mean, I have nothing to do with it. But they would call me just to get to him.
Murder. Do you like everybody?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if you commit murder,
you may be able to call me really if it's murder, but I have nothing to do with speeding.
Mr. Ballard,
different story.
She made me mad. I got a little crazy. She ended up in the well somewhere out strip mine.
Really kind of saying this for her benefit, because sometimes it is justified.
They know a lot of people in Ireton. They forget about me in a week.
Mayor Goat.
Mayor Goat. Yeah. Because I'm bad.
Bad. Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Bad. Yeah. All right, let's shift gears real quick before we get off here.
You got sponsors.
I know we talked about this on our live Monday night, Tuesday night, whatever night we did that. we talked about maybe seeing if you want to come play some tunes and tires stuff.
Oh man, we would love to do that.
Would you like to do that?
We would absolutely love to do
I
that.
think we might have to work that out then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know you played there at the street dance there, the Proctorville street dance last fall or whatever, and
had an absolute
had a great
blast
time.
listening to
Yeah.
that was a good time.
Well, we tried. That was something I fought the band on that a little bit because that's not normally music that we would typically play. And I was like, this is a '70s thing party. I was like, every song should come from that era.
I got you.
So we had some that we already did from that era, but then a lot we.
I was impressed with how many of you there were.
Yeah,
I mean, you all have grown.
It's we added Joe Gillenwater, who Joe and I met. My first job in college, I worked the cash register at Walmart in South Point while I was at school at Marshall, and Joe started at the same time. And Joe actually continued on and he runs the optical department for Dr. Weber and Sam's at Sam's Optical. And I remember he was like, the dude played guitar for me one time, and he can play anything Eddie Van Halen ever did, note for note. Like, it blows you away.
Okay,
the
cool.
fingers on the, and like, he's amazing. And I just called him out of the blue a couple of years ago, and I said, you playing with anybody? Because we didn't have a lead player. And he said, actually, no, I'm not. And I said, well, I got this group of guys that, we just, and Emily, one girl, and like, we sort of get together, try once a week, and we're lucky to get once a month, but it's just more stress release than anything.
Yep, I understand.
We go over there and play. This started out in C.R. Neighborgall's basement. Me and Bo Sweeney, the bass player, were practicing. We were both lawyers, and we were against each other in a case in a mediation. And there was a break, and I remember I had interviewed with Bo's firm when I was in law school, and I got a job offer from them and from Campbell Woods, and I ended up going with Campbell Woods, but I always remember Bo because Bo had a guitar in his office. And I asked him, I said, you play? And he's like, I play with my friend C.R. Neighborgall over there. He's like, you ought to come by sometime. So I went over there. So it was the three of us playing in C.R.'s basement one night a week. And then somebody said, I'd love to get a female to be able to do different things vocally. And Emily came in, and then I was soliciting donations for the Harmony House one day. I was on their board of directors. And okay, oh, look here. There's a group of pine trees out there. Yeah. They're springing up everywhere.
Trees are everywhere.
And I went to pull a donation from Desco, and I met this guy in Desco, and he had all this Browns memorabilia, and I am a Browns fan. That's very unfortunate. But like,
Bless your heart.
I know. Like, it's been, we were good when we had Bernie Kosar.
Yes, I remember those days.
But I hate John Elway still to this day.
Yeah,
And started talking about that, and then that led to music, and he said he was a drummer, and I'm like, we don't have a drummer, so then Chad came up. I mean, it just all kind of fell together, and it was really cool to, do that. And but the one piece we were missing was that guitar player. And I was like, I remember this guy, a friend of mine called him and came over, and it's such a different band with him being involved.
Well, I'll tell you, I know we got a good time. Me and him were hanging out in front of you there, and we danced a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, really good. Did you get to listen to Landon McGraw?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I asked him. He is.
Dude is good.
He is.
Dude, he is
young
the
man.
Just a great personality.
Yeah.
You saw him there. He looked up there towards the end. He was cutting up with me, and just great kid.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed him. And listening to him sing, I don't know if you heard the song I asked him to practice. I wanted him to play that song, "Man Who Sold the World."
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely love that song. I think his voice would be perfect with that. I also think that'd be a great song for y'all to try.
We can do that. Who did that originally?
That was David Bowie.
Okay, that's what I knew.
David
it was,
Bowie and then
I knew
Nirvana
Nirvana
covered it.
was the cover, and I couldn't remember who did it. That's right, it
David
was
Bowie sang the song.
Yeah, that's a great thing.
What's your mom saying there?
Grass doesn't grow on a busy street. Probably talking about my bald head.
Aha! See, I ain't the only one talking about that bald head.
So I guess there's not a lot of business going on up there.
Ooh. He's cutting on me. He's cutting on me. All right, I'm getting tired of him. I think it's time to cut it. So
Wait a minute.
Uh-oh. What we got here?
We got the what did the Pines come in for?
Special guest.
We're just dropping this off. You don't.
Oh my goodness! I see.
Told you we would.
So we've got our new monitor, everybody.
Pine Trees.
Thank you.
They are one of our sponsors, and they wanted to help us out, so they bought us a monitor to hang up here so we can read our comments and everything as they're live, so we can interact with the crowd a little bit more.
The only problem is though, like the thing is so vast. Like, are you going to be able to see it with the wall being that far away?
It's going to go.
I got these super bifocals.
He's talking to you, old man. Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Old, bald man. Decrepit. Bless his heart.
It's rough, isn't it?
That's people I associate
You're all going to
with.
hit 50 one day, and then you're going to think back and think,
I'm
man, that's even
47.
funnier now.
I'm 47.
I can't believe he's the pup out of this organization. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not. He's the
No,
pop,
I mean, here, yeah, I'm just talking
out
about
of
this-
these two.
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
talking about this large room we're in.
Yeah, oh yeah. I am the pup in here. Yeah, for sure.
Guys,
Don't
Andy,
be
listen,
thank you
yeah,
for all you do for this community.
we
We
appreciate
are,
it, man.
this
Thank you.
community
Yeah.
is better because the two of you are in it. Please keep doing what you're doing, and know that you got a whole army out there of people that are willing to help. And just, it's always been a pleasure to be around you guys. I've just cherished both of your friendship, and can't say it enough. But from all of us, thanks to you guys.
Well, listen, back at you, brother. And,
Thanks word of you. You're always going to be number 2 in my
and
book.
for Willie's, I just hope he never catches a felony. Did you not say that?
I hope he does.
Oh, it's on, Proctorville. It's
You
on.
know, believe it or not, all the life that I have lived,
I've got two.
and the fun that I have had, the places I shouldn't have been, the wrong place at the wrong time, I have never been put in the back of a police car.
That's fantastic. There's 2 words I want you to get very used to,
Yes.
and that is bond denied.
Yes, I love it.
And I understand that the peanut butter sandwiches at the Lawrence County Jail are exquisite.
Protein,
Yeah,
Ooh.
white bread and peanut butter.
Man.
No cauliflower though.
no cauliflower.
Yeah. Yeah. If they tell you it's cauliflower, don't eat it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh boy, we buried it on that one. Yeah. Oh man.
But appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you for the
Andy,
opportunity to come
thank you,
on.
brother.
Thank you so
Appreciate
much.
it. And hey, tune in next time. Next time we will be an actual podcast on here with all the cameras going. So unhitched with Bill and
Willie.
later, guys.
See you, kids. Love you. Mean it.